Let's go, Niners. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 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 Up in the Bay, it's Niners all day. Up in the Bay, it's Niners all day. Up in the Bay, it's Niners all day.
You know, I'm actually afraid to do that now because somebody posted up a tweet just the other day of some child put a nightcap on his head and had him leaning back hollering. It reminded me of me. That's what he said. That wasn't funny. I've got to change my style. You can't put up cartoons I know, right? Well, you are a cartoon, I know. Fam, that's good to see you again. Hey. We got things to talk about and issues that aren't fun. But you know what? We need to go ahead and relax. Chill out about it. Don't overthink it. It may not be as bad as we think. But 49ers injuries they are threatening early. After week one, you just didn't expect a big name to go. Well, yeah. What am I saying we didn't expect? Of course we expected. We're 49er fans. This is what we do. We get all excited. Got an arsenal out there that can't be stopped. Boom! Suddenly, Heem goes down. Jason Verrett goes down. Those are big names on this squad. But that it is what it is. Brandon Aiyuk is getting off to a slow start. But you know what? There's reasons behind that. The Niner injury report, though, is going to send the Niner Empire into a panic each and every time due to what happened in 2020. So 2021 is just like, oh, no. That's all we're going to be doing, right? So, and also Brandon Aiyuk's situation, it's not quite as frightening as it actually appears. Tonight, we'll go to the phones for your take on the concerns about the Niners' Week 1 injuries occupying the minds of the Niner faithful and the sudden drama surrounding Brandon Aiyuk. God, I say, but look at the Cowboys. They're in a worse situation than we are. So, even the Ravens, they lost to the Raiders to open their season. How embarrassing is that? Although I got to say, I've got to have a little respect for Crosby. Boy, be coming off the edge, don't he? Anyway, the Niners are at Greenbrier in West Virginia preparing for their Week 2 contest against the Eagles coming up this Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Somebody's got to run up to that place where they got Rocky Balboa at the top of the stairway. Who would that be? It should be Debo. Debo will be perfect. The team continues to hold DT Javon Kinlaw out of practice, hoping the rest helps him heal, those continuing knees to heal up. Coach Shanahan said this about the situation, quote, I think we'll be easy with him today. Hopefully, if it continues to go well today, he'll get out there more tomorrow. Emmanuel Mosley continues to miss practice. And I think the other day we were talking about, is it a knee or is it his famous hamstring? It is his knee. However, Coach Shanahan doesn't believe that his knee injury is a long-term concern and his availability against the Eagles remains a possibility. Dre Greenlaw and Eric Armstead were the others who didn't practice today. Armstead's addition to the injury list is new, but Shanahan didn't sound too concerned about Eric missing Sunday's game. So he didn't mention what the injury was, but if he's going to play Sunday, see, a lot of people misconstrue what Eric's doing out there. You need to watch closely what's going on in the interior line. Eric's providing a lot of violence. He was in the backfield all day and putting pressure on well, he provided a lot of pressure, although they were getting away with the throws a lot. But Eric's got to be in there. You would see the difference if he wasn't in there, I got a feeling, almost right away. Today's practice participation reports for both the 49ers and Eagles, though, is this. Did not participate in practice, Eric Armstead. He's got an abductor thing, all right. Abductor's hip, right? Right. Dre Greenlaw, he's got the groin thing going on. I think Dre was nursing his groin a little earlier in this off-season activities, wasn't he? And I just mentioned Javon Kinlaw on his knee. Emmanuel Mosley, knee, limited participation in practice. D Ford, ankle. See, the other D's ankle is Last year was started with the calf. Okay, it's not happening this year. He'll be fine. As for the Eagles report, did not participate in practice were wide receiver J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who I wanted in a draft year before last. Brandon Brooks, knee. It's not injury-related, resting player. Safety Marcus Epps, he has a concussion. Tight end Zach Ertz. Did you watch the Eagles game? I wouldn't watch that because I've been watching the Eagles to see what they're doing against the Falcons. Although, actually, the Falcons had every bit of a chance to win that game. The Eagles aren't as tough as I thought they were. I thought the Eagles were just a badass, right? Not really. The Falcons screwed up on a couple of occasions where they should have scored. They were down in the red zone twice and came away with field goals. They should have scored. The Eagles aren't weak, though, but I don't see them really being able to beat the 49ers. We'll see, though. Tight end Zach Ertz, as I say, hamstring, not injury-related, resting player. Defensive end Ryan Kerrigan, not injured, injury-related, personal matter. Limited participation in practice. Fletcher Cox, not injury-related. Fletcher, man, but continue to work out. I want you to be a little tired this Sunday. Defensive end Brandon Graham, not injury-related. He's resting. Tackle Wayne Johnson, not injury-related, resting player. They're resting a lot of people in Philly right now. Center Jason Kelsey, not injury-related. He's resting. Safety Rodney McLeod, he's got a knee thing going on. Running back Miles Sanders. This is the guy to be careful of, fam. I watched him closely, and I watched what the Lions running backs were able to do. But something about the wide nine, I think people were playing in the wrong position with 49ers. This is going to happen. Remember 49ers, I remember the 49ers, I didn't want them to switch defensive schemes. I hate that. I've always hated that. This goes all the way back. After Harbaugh left, we were switching defensive coordinators every year, and of course we look like butt cheeks. And that's pretty much it. D'Amico, hopefully he hasn't deviated much from what the 49ers were doing, because Seward's running that wide nine situation. Why are people confused? And in the wide nine, you do get a lot of running up the gap, but you didn't see a lot of running up the gap last year. Oh, man. So hopefully they address that this year, and we don't see guys just trucking up the middle with no effort whatsoever. But Miles Sanders is a bad boy. Watching him, he's quick, really quick. So if he gets to the outside, we got issues. But he does have an ankle situation going on. It says not injury related, though, resting player. Why do they list an injury and then they say resting player? Quarterback Darius Slay, not injury related, resting player. Full participation in practice was and healthy. Landon Dickerson, guard Landon Dickerson, knee. Linebacker Davion Taylor, calf. He's still going to play, though. And about Brandon, Brandon. The first thing that you saw when you saw that caption reading across any social media site was, oh, no, not the return of another Dante Pettis. It's not that serious. It's not. The door for Brandon Aiyuk to increase his role in the 49ers offense, it's still wide open. He could come on back and reassert himself. So we're not looking at a Dante Pettis situation. After splitting reps with Trent Sherfield in the Detroit Lions game, listen, fam, Trent Sherfield could play. So if you're out there BSing around, or in Brandon's case, you're trying to nurse a leg and work at the same time, yeah, Trent Sherfield's going to keep you seated. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan detailed what needs to be seen from Brandon Aiyuk, who was limited by a hamstring injury in training camp, needs to be more consistent. That starts with practice. Coach Shanahan said about the situation this, quote, Aiyuk has been a little inconsistent because he's been in and out with his injury. He's got his chance to make that spot up and not rotate as much. Trent just doesn't make that very easy for him. These 3 days are important at practice, how we balance out our game plan, how we balance out our routes. I'm happy with Aiyuk. It's nothing against Aiyuk. It's just having Trent, too. I think both are going to continue to get better, unquote. See, there you go. See, Kyle's fair. Come out there during the week of practice, win the job, you'll play. All right, that's the way it works. If Trent comes in and looks better this week, Brandon, you know, that's how we roll. So Shanahan has had experienced players not reaching their potential before, but said that is not a case of Aiyuk being less focused. Aiyuk suffered from not having OTAs in 2020 as well as a very brief training camp his rookie season. Then the reps that Aiyuk lost while being out with a hamstring injury this offseason, they were all valuable. You need that. While Sherfield took advantage of his opportunity to quickly build chemistry with both JG and T. Lance, and Coach Shanahan also warned to not be fooled by Sherfield's undrafted free agent pedigree. Means nothing now. He's been in the league too long. Mr. Sherfield's baby boy has been a consummate professional since being signed to the Niners. He's getting it done. He's looking good. He's making grabs. T. Sherfield, who was once limited to contributing on special teams, has become a viable part of the Niners offense. Good on him, too. I always love those blue-collar guys. They come out of situations where they maybe were having to go an uphill route, and all of a sudden they leveled off. They came out jogging. They picked it up, and now it's an all-out stride. He's become a viable player. Yes, he has. Coach Shannon elaborated about this matter further by saying, quote, I know this is all like we are punishing Aiyuk or something because Trent got even reps with him, or we rotated those guys. I'm not going to sit here and say he has to do A, B, and C to get back out there. It's more when you're practicing the last month and one guy has been there every day and the quarterback has a lot of confidence in him. I know I do. If he wants to be out there every single play, he's got to be a lot better than the guy behind him. Kyle Shanahan, I commend you on that. You keep that standard, make them all go for it. This ain't going to be no gift. You can live off of resting on your laurels don't work, man. Laurels, should I say? Get your butt out there and prove you're the guy this week. Let's go, BA. Looking forward to it. Robert Slam, what's up? Hey, Rob, what does every injury have to be a knee? Usually, you know what, Robert? Because those are the ones, guys can actually continue to play with other injuries, but if your knee is out, you ain't going nowhere. Ankle, foot, Achilles, there's a few you just can't play through. Kurt, you mean, hey, minute, let's get some Eagles set and go. Niners. Kurt, good to see you again. Matty, yes, out in Bend, Oregon. You go, Matty. Philadelphia Bay, let's get it, Niners, from Philly. So Philly. Glenn, not going to be an easy game due to the patchwork defense. Yeah. Ray, I think they're going to address that run game, and if they stop this kid that was killing the Falcons, I think we'll be okay. Ray Jr., yes, I agree. Maserati's gone, JV gone. It's the next man up. I know, but you know, I don't. Red Eye Jeff Wilson Jr. already running. Okay, should be back game 10, 11. Oh, you're talking about next month on the 11th. Yeah? St. Rich, I think they're being cautious with E-Man. I understand, and honestly, not against Lenore getting time. You know, I keep forgetting about Lenore. You know, he's growing, isn't he? Even from last week, you didn't hear. I'm more worried about Ambry Thomas. Eric, let's go, Eric. Come on in, man.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
All right, man. I'm feeling.
Finally, I got in here. First one. Let's go.
Yeah, as usual, right? Because we're getting in here at the late hour. It's Eric time. Well, Eric, we got bit up by the injuries, even though it's 2 a week for us. It seems like it's always going to. If we can get another week without getting 2 a week and break that trend for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I think we can make it the rest of the season. But that is the case right now. Javon Kinlaw's out. We blame that on the fact that he wasn't in there as they were running right up the middle anytime they please. I think that's more of a coaching situation. What are you thinking on that? And address the Brandon Aiyuk situation. It is not Dante Pettis. But how long are we going to have to wait for Brandon to take Sherfield down? If that's even possible. I ain't rooting for it. I'm a Sherfield fan. But I know Ayuk's got the biggest talent. But go ahead, fam.
Yeah, for the Brandon thing, it shows a lot about who Sherfield is as a player and as a person.
Yes.
If you really think about it, Brandon Aiyuk is a first-round talent. And the fact that Trent Sherfield is basically holding him back.
Yep.
Or not like in terms of playing, but like in terms of the position.
Yep.
That shows a lot about how good Trent Sherfield is.
Got to applaud.
As far as the Javon Kinlaw thing, yes. As far as the Javon Kinlaw thing, you are right, Ronbo. That him in the middle, Ronbo. That's a really big thing for us. He typically takes on the double teams, and I was listening to something. I forgot where it was, but basically, when you line up him next to Bosa's not going to take as many double teams as usual because. Obviously, you needed to block Javon Kinlaw. You're not going to leave Javon Kinlaw one-on-one. He's just too strong. But, yeah, and that just frees up Bosa, and there you go. That's how the D-line is going to erupt once Javon Kinlaw gets back. But I think Kinlaw's going to be fine. Just give him a couple more. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but just give him a little bit more time. What else
We
is
just,
there?
you know,
Oh, the
who,
corner thing.
but who's your guy? Who do you want to put in there? Was it Katavius Street? Was it Givens? Who was in there taking up that DT spot? Now that I got to go back and look at that game again. Uh, is Kinlaw that he can't be replaced? I really worry about that because the Eagles, they like to run. They love to run. Sanders. I was watching that game and said, look at that. My God, he runs the stretch. He can run up the gap. My God. So, yeah.
Yeah, did DJ Jones play?
Who? Did what?
DJ Jones?
Yeah, DJ. I don't
Did he play?
remember. He didn't really assert himself if he did he? I was so.
I don't remember if he was even playing.
He's not on any list.
Go ahead.
He's supposed to be playing in the rotation. Maybe he's just not ready to go. Eric, there's something wrong with what they're doing, and they don't get it. And this is what's worrying me the most. People ran on us last year, sure. Even last year. But I got to feel it. In 2019, every now and then you saw beginning of games, running backs getting away. The 49ers, somebody's playing on a position. Something's wrong. They're not in sync. It should be that easy. This is what bothers me.
That is true. Through the Lions game, it did seem pretty weird to see the Lions just rolling through us. That was pretty odd. We haven't seen that in a while. But again, we have a new defensive coordinator. He needs to fix things up. It's not the same team in 2019. If we had Buckner, it'd be a completely different story. But as far as the corner thing, Ronbo, that's going to hit us, Ronbo. That is really going to hit us. I know Demo is pretty good, but it's what happens when we play the NFC West. Anyone in the NFC West, that's not going to be a good thing. Josh Norman, I don't think he's not going to be who he once was. He's just there because Dante Johnson is ass. I think the Niners need to make a trade for a corner. I think they need to do it pretty quick. But obviously they're probably not going to. Probably more mid-season, like a Emmanuel Sanders trade, something like that. But it is pretty scary knowing that we're going to play Jalen Reagor and Devontae Smith coming off the week they had. And we're coming in, I would say, with our morale pretty low. I will say, even despite the win, that was a huge game for us, especially losing JV. That's not a good thing.
It's a terrible thing.
Do I think we can pull through? Yeah, obviously our biggest strength is the defensive line, but Philly does not. They have a pretty good offensive line. Don't underestimate Philly's offensive line. And they have a mobile quarterback.
Yeah, you think it's even better than the 49? The Lions' offensive line?
Yeah, they got a couple more Pro Bowlers on that offensive line, I believe.
All right. Because,
yeah.
because I was thinking about that, and I was saying, I thought that Detroit offensive line might be pretty good, but I think we need to make some adjustments. The 49ers got contained a little too easily, and they ran a little too, we'll see.
Yeah, and that's another thing, because I saw a lot of like hate towards us. First thing first, the Lions were not going to. They're trying to build a new culture, and the difference between a blowout like this one, that way it was supposed to be, and one like the Packers in 2019 is, the Packers knew how good they were, and they could not still do anything. They couldn't do anything against us. They knew how good they were, and they still couldn't beat us. The Lions don't know who they are, so they're going to keep fighting until they can figure it out.
You got their identity.
Yeah.
We're going to find out more. What I do like about the Jalen, what's his name? What's his first name? Hurts. We have in practice, we've got somebody to equal Hurts. So it's not going to be a surprise. The 49ers are not going to be shocked. Kyle's got Trey playing the Hurts role. He's running around. He's out there creating. So if anything, our guys are not going to be shocked by what he did. So I'm looking forward to this test because we got this figured out last year. I feel like if you could stop Kyler Murray, Hurts ain't nothing, And we did last year in that last game. But I don't know if they're looking as good as they did last year at that time with Kyle or with
that's
Robert
true,
Saleh.
but Ronbo, the thing with that though is we completely eliminated D-Hop, and we don't have the guy who can do that anymore. So that's what's scary about that,
That's true. We'll find out. Yeah. What are the wide receivers have I got to worry about with the Eagles? I'm trying to remember. Ertz. Yeah, who they? Oh, they got Devontae from Bama.
Yeah,
He got a
Devontae Smith.
touchdown too. This is going to be a good challenge for the 49ers. If they can overcome this on the road in Philly, this is going to be a good test for them. We'll find out what they're made out of.
Yeah,
All right,
and
Phil.
they have Jalen Rager too. They got another first round pick. They got last year, I think.
We'll see. I think we can
Two
get.
tight ends.
I think our
They got
defense
Connor
can.
and Ertz.
We're gonna find out. All right, fam. I'll tell you. I'll see you Friday,
All right, Ronbo.
and we're gonna get them scores. All right. Night, Eric.
I'll catch you later.
Okay. Let us go to the blue waters of Hawaii for my boy Tony. Tony! Hang loose tonight.
Aloha, Ronbo.
Tony, aloha, my dude. Well, Tony, hopefully we're not going to have this depressing discussion on this program too often. I didn't want to see the injury report, and I'm going to stop looking at the injury report at some point during the course of the season just because I don't feel like having to take medication after reading that, and I can actually go ahead and continue to be Ronbo, But Tony, as a grown-up and adult, you got to take those things kind of seriously. And, and then you look at the Aiyuk situation in combination with that, and you look at what happened this last week, because I'm still a little concerned about running on the 49ers like they did. Tony, give me some things out of the Tony mind of good stuff.
You want to hear good stuff? Okay. No, I'm kidding. So something I think that not a lot of people are talking about as it relates to the Detroit game. A lot went wrong during the Detroit game in the fourth quarter especially, but something that we didn't really talk a whole lot about was the fact that we were a West Coast team traveling east in that early time slot. And I thought the team came out and played pretty darn well, but I do think there is some physical issues that happen just naturally with their bodies. That being said, now we're resting this week in West Virginia, which is on the East Coast time, so they'll be a little bit more acclimated to the East Coast. And so I think from a physical competition level, I think their bodies are going to be a little bit better prepared to play on the East Coast, having doing the pit stop this week in West Virginia. So there
acclimated
is
to the time.
that. Yeah. So and also. It was week one. It was the first time that our starters were out there playing a full game. And week one is always a little bit of a weird week. But the thing that concerns me is the thing that's concerning a lot of San Francisco 49ers fans. And Ronbo, you hit the nail right on the head in your intro. It's DeMeco Ryans. And seeing the way with similar, in some cases, especially along the defensive line, upgraded personnel. He was not able to sort of capitalize on a lot of those personnel upgrades. And I know a lot of other people are talking about just how much we miss Robert Saleh. I was tweeting about that actually a little bit during the game. We definitely miss Robert Saleh. And the thing I found most disappointing about DeMeco Ryans was we talked all offseason about how curious we were about his blitz game and about how he was going to be a lot more aggressive. And I really did not like the times he chose to run his blitzes. And I thought, all in all, the team seemed defensively a little bit discombobulated, especially in the center of that defensive line. Whether or not that's because their center, Frank Ragnow, is very, very good, or it's because of the fact that we are discoordinated, missing our starting nose tackle in Javon Kinlaw and DJ Jones not really showing up. But, I think back to teams past that did not have as deep of a defensive line, and they were able to somehow compensate. And there was no good adjustments that were being made to compensate for that up-the-middle run. Now, looking ahead to this week against the Eagles, I watched on my Game Pass the shortened version of that the Falcons Eagles game. Everyone's sort of saying the same things that I noticed. That game was a lot closer than what the final score
indicated.
showed.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Falcons, I thought, played for the most part a really good game. It could have very easily been. I mean, they got in the red zone twice in their first three possessions and came away with not as many points as they should have. And they got kind of the refs kind of took away one of their big drives on a missed pass interference call to Calvin Ridley that the Falcons were driving. And also the thing I noticed, the Falcons defense played a lot better than what the final score would dictate as well, getting a lot of stops on Jalen Hurd. So just looking at the way that we're going to have to play, two things. On offense, I think we're going to have to spread them out. or we should go to a lot more 3 wide receiver sets, spread that defensive line that the Eagles have, which is very, very good, as thin as possible, and try to get the ball out of Jimmy's hands as quickly as possible. And additionally, we should be passing to set up the run, not running to set up the pass. And I also want to see when they bring in Trey, and they will bring in Trey, we need to use the deception of him being a run threat and pass with Trey out of run formations, and use that deception. And on defense, it's all about contain. If you can contain Jalen Hurts, you will force him to make mistakes. Now, Devonta Smith is better than any of our starting cornerbacks right now. I saw it with my own 2 eyes last week. He's still a rookie. And Jalen Hurts is a more than competent NFL quarterback. But if you contain him to the pocket and force him to make plays from the pocket, we can win this game. And if we can pass first to set up our running game, try to build up a lead, and then as the game goes on, through attrition, beat that Philadelphia Eagles defense. We have a good shot. Our roster is still better than their roster is.
Yep.
And the thing that makes them special is Jalen Hurts getting outside the pocket, stretching our defense, and then on their defensive end, their defensive line is very, very good. They still have Fletcher Cox and another first-round draft pick, 2, I think. Yes. And I think does Barnett still play for them too? So all in all, it's a tough challenge coming off a demoralizing win. For us, honestly, we should have won that game by 3 touchdowns, but
it was a
the
blowout.
ball didn't bounce our way. Yeah,
and it ends up like it did in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Ron.
Tony,
What do you think about all that?
Well, just to piggyback on what you said, because we're out of time, but listen, it was said that the 49ers, both Lance and Jimmy, were airing it out today. Now, from what you're just saying, I got a feeling the coaches are right in lockstep with you. The 49ers are going to bomb these guys. I got a feeling. And then, since we haven't got Keem, now we can incorporate that run game. You can put Elijah Mitchell in positions. Trey Sermon's probably going to see some action this week. Of course, you got Jermichael Hasty. I think you may be onto something there,
Hope so, yeah. Pass to set up the run, and then place out deep. Keep him contained.
There you go.
All right, Ronbo. Thanks for the forum as always, man.
Thanks, Tony, for being here. I'll talk to you later. All right, aloha. There goes Tony. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. San Francisco's Dre, not just any Dre, but San Francisco's Dre, sourdough and all.
What
Dre.
up, Ronbo? What it do, Ronbo?
Dre, man.
Long time no hear, man.
Man, it's like we're trying to figure out what happened. Were you supposed to lay a beat down on the Lions that ended up looking like we wasn't serious in the fourth quarter? How many times are you going to see George Kittle? He's on the hands team, Dre. The ball wasn't supposed to bounce off his face. And what was Debo thinking about running down the field? Check me out. But these dudes can't do nothing to me. Oh. Debo. That was the ball, man. See, these are things that are not supposed to happen. So I'm thinking, they learned from that, and they're going to come out with guns a-blazing, serious as hell this week. But, Dre, about our injury situation, you can talk about that, our injury situation. And is Brandon Aiyuk going to reassert himself coming up this Sunday?
I don't know about Brandon Aiyuk reasserting himself this Sunday, but he got a chance to.
Please, Brandon.
That's all I can say. So please do something. But, I just wanted to piggyback off of, I was watching Joe Staley. He was saying how everybody expected for the 49ers just to put them in a box and put them away and forgot that they were still an NFL team, that they get paid to play their position.
Good point.
And he said that the team, he can look at them due to their injuries back when he was with got a brain fart, Ronbo. Help me out with the last
when Joe Staley was back with the 49ers?
Back when he was playing with what was our coach? I forgot his
Harbaugh?
name. Had a brain fart real fast. Harbaugh. There we go. It was a brain fart. Everybody forgive me. But back when he was playing with Harbaugh, he said that they start practicing in March. He said they start then, and he said the CBA rules changed a lot, and that's why a lot of players get more injury prone now. And I was just like, wow. He said, you can see that these guys are not training at all. Like, you're supposed to train your body all year long if you want to be great. If you want to take it to the next level, train all year long. I was like, yeah, you're right about that. You're very right about that. And I was like, well, hell, I don't know what we're going to do about that this year. Just pray.
Well,
Let's
you know
just
what?
go into every game praying.
You know, but Jimmy called him out on that today too. He says we cannot take our health for granted. You know, you got to do things to keep that body trained. He did mention that, but you know what? Coach Shanahan should be saying something about that as well. The people we hired to try to keep these guys on the field, they should be very animate about making that clear. Saying things like, guys, you know, you can make our job easier if some of the things we've asked you to do, you do them, including your diet, your rest, the conditioning exercises, and things we've taught you. I would say, and if anybody wants to get up, walk out, could you come back and sit down, sir, please? I would not. Oh, I'd be all over them because they're looking at me if I'm one of the health guys and asking me what my problem is with this.
He was saying also how Harbaugh training staff and how they was eating and how he had them running up hills in San Francisco in March all the way through training camp, all the way up to training camp. But it's a lot of rules now that they can't do all those things any longer. So
NFL players,
I agree with that.
They can do it on their own, Dre. I don't need nobody to tell me to train if I'm getting paid like that,
That's
especially.
what I'm saying. I want to be out there to make my money.
Because if I'm sitting down, I'm not.
That's what I was saying.
You ain't gonna get no renewed contract like that.
Forget the training rules. They need to change the rules on how these players get paid. You get paid based off of production. However many games you on the field, and you out there, you busting your ass, or excuse my French, but you out there busting your tail, you get paid accordingly. You don't get paid because your name is fancy and lights and you're a fan favorite. No, that's not how you get paid, man, because that ain't how you win games.
Dre, you look at Jerry Rice, and you look at those kind of guys. Take up from them.
Right. And also, I was trying to go find out what was going on the other side for this week, and I was very so sad and disappointed when I stumbled up on their fan channel because they was too busy talking about us and the way we whine and cry. I said, you know what?
Hey, Dre, you didn't know?
What? He got a point here.
All over the league, they're talking. That's why they call it 40 whiners.
Right, Mike and everybody was speaking on that tonight. You know what, Faithful? If you need a hug, I love y'all. Y'all need to just hug yourselves and stop dogging your players. He said that's why don't nobody good want to come play for us because as soon as they do anything, they own to the next person instead of just giving this person some time. You know what I'm saying? Stop dogging them. They said we spend more time arguing with each other about players than we do with opponents. I said, that is sad.
Jay, you know what's so funny? I always wondered if other fan bases carry on like we do. Because there's dudes that you got to block because they just – only thing they talk about is who they don't like on the team. And they go on and on and on and on.
Right. Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, whoop, and this, that, and that person, instead of just saying, you know what, let's focus on the people that we got who own a roster, who want to be here, who out there busting their tail. Everybody else, they hurt themselves trying to get ready for us. You get what I'm saying? And I respect that. I respect that grind. And if your grind, we don't know their situations and their injuries. We don't know how their body reacted. But I believe that we still going to do good this year and make it to the playoffs. And hopefully we make it to the Super Bowl because as of late, these injuries keep piling up.
It'll stop.
And last week I was disgusted with the run.
But Dre, we got to stop. Fam, I'll be back Friday looking for you and what your plan is for this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'll be back for sure.
All right, fam. Have a great night,
yeah,
Dre.
for sure. If you don't see me Friday, on Friday last thing, Ronbo, score is 28-35, and I'm out.
28-35, and I'm not just talking 49ers. All right, fam.
You're already. All right, Ronbo.
All right, Dre. Have a great night, fam. And 28-35. The 49ers gave up 28 points because we gave up how many to Detroit? So now you can't say things like, 49ers going to shut that down. No, maybe not. They were supposed to shut this down past this last Sunday. This is Shardoy. Shardoy. The Shardo. Is that an L? That's an L. Shardol. Shadal,
Yeah.
come on in, man.
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo, how's your evening going? It's my first time calling into your show.
All right, appreciate it. Tell
You
me
make
how to
really great.
pronounce your name properly so I don't butcher it every time you call. What is your name?
It's Chardo.
It is Shardal. All right,
Yeah.
I was right. All right,
Make great
Shardal.
content on your show, man.
Well, thanks, Shardal. Thanks.
And
Appreciate you getting in here too.
my first question is that what are your thoughts of the Raheem Mostert season-ending injury for the faithful, and do you think this will impact the team greatly?
You know, Shardal, the reason that's a great question is because do you know why there was a slight meltdown against the Lions this past Sunday? When Jason Verrett went down, and the 49ers were able to handle Heem leaving the game because Elijah Mitchell came in and he just carried that torch beautifully, right? We had the speed element. He was getting into the end zone. He was just raising hell. He was doing a great job. So you hate to see Heem go, but Elijah's keeping up that heat. But then when Jason Verrett went down, people know how hard he worked. They talked about that. They said he's a great guy. He does everything you're supposed to do right. And still this happened to him. I think it let a little wind out of the sails. So it's going to affect, it already affected guys in as much as it did this last game. I think they're going to move on now. You know, mentally, so you put yourself in place and do things like I'm going to dedicate the rest of my season to Raheem Mostert and Jason Verrett. You know, so now you can move on with a little inspired feeling. And I think that's what the effect, I'm hoping that's the impact it's going to have on him. What do you think about that, though?
I think it's pretty sad that he's out because he's such a great running back. I mean, he has such speed, athleticism, talent. He basically shows everything.
Yeah.
Like all three of those things he defines really well. I mean, he's probably our greatest running back, if you ask me about that. And seeing him go kind of doesn't make. I mean, the Niner community were definitely shocked when they found out that he was gonna be out for the season.
I know it's
And the
hard
whole
to handle.
team probably. I mean, it's like losing Raheem Mostert for the rest of the season is like losing losing like a loved one due to like some type of serious, something bad happened in the family and they lost a family member. Would you say that losing Raheem Mostert would kind of be like losing a family member, like somebody who's very close and dear to you, and then you found out that they were not with you anymore?
Absolutely. We're calling him fam. He is fam. Any 49er that's been with us this long and done what he's done, yeah, it's a terrible thing. You know, the bad thing, Chardol, is with football, this is part of the game. Guys are going to go down. So they've got to get out and fix themselves and come back. Hopefully we don't get any more injuries that are season ending. I hate it when it's season ending. Maybe a week or two, maybe, but not season ending. Oh, that sucks. So,
It's just so bad. I mean, the injuries are so like players are getting injured so much. I mean, that's the problem. Like, how do we reduce the amount of injuries? Because like players are getting ACL tears, people are getting knee injuring their knee or some injuries like that. So, what's the way to reduce injuries? Because players are getting injured way too often. I mean, it's just becoming a big problem for the team now because like. Don't we have to reduce we have to reduce like the injuries?
you know what, Soto? There's no way. We're not even the worst team in the league right now. You look at the Baltimore Ravens, the Dallas Cowboys have just got spanked. I mean, they just really got. There's other teams that are actually struggling worse than 49ers for now. It's the nature of the game. It's a game of extreme violence. So guys are going to go down. It's a game of attrition. By the end of the season, whoever's got the most healthy players usually is the one who advances the furthest.
Because the 49ers are a really great team, and I know they're capable of proving people wrong. That people have been denying the Niners for so many years that they're not the greatest football team, and now they're showing everybody like, look, we're the greatest. Like you were telling us all these things that we suck and the Niners aren't so great. They're trying to, step back into the spotlight, because people were denying them, people were saying that they suck, they're not going to be able to do anything. It's going to be so bad.
Well, at least we got 16 more weeks to prove them wrong, Chardol. Shout out, great to meet you. We're gonna go. I tell you what, if you got a chance, get on back here Friday. I'll be looking for you. All right.
Yeah, it's great. It was great coming on your show, and it was really it was really exciting to see you and Gavin just talk, because Gavin's a really fun guy when I saw him when he was on your show.
Oh yeah, the guy from England. Yeah. And speaking of which,
Yeah.
guess who's next? Chardonnay. Have a great evening. He's coming up next. All right. Goodbye.
see-
Goodbye, Chardonnay. Hey, Gavin. Gavin, you got all kind of fans. I'm Gavin. Hello.
What's up, Ronbo? Let's go!
Gavin, they're talking about you on the comment section. People ask you about you on Twitter, and they're really angry with the fact that you took heat from, of all people, our cool dude who he's actually living there with you. Should we call his name tonight?
Oh, no, he who shall not be named. The medium. The medium, yeah?
No, not the medium. Not the medium. I'm talking about when Jack interrupted our phone call that night and accused you of being country.
No, I said I actually thanked him for serving serving America a lot. I did thank him for his service to the country. I meant no offense to him or anything like that at all. I meant zero offense. I was just having a joke with him because he called me a hillbilly.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I thought, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah. like Ronbo, you're a wrestling fan, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh God, big time, terribly. It's embarrassing.
Right. Are you an AEW fan?
What AEW? What?
Yeah. AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
Oh. No, I don't know about this league though. WWE.
You don't know about AEW? What?
Okay, I'm gonna check it out though. I'll search it tonight. Is that as are they as ridiculous as the WWE?
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, I'm sorry about that. I'm going incoming call I have. Right then, so I got a couple of questions for you, Ronbo, right? Should the 49ers move away from the wide 9 formation?
I know, right? You know, Gavin, that question is going to come into full screen this weekend. If we see the Eagles running up the gap and just having a good time, it's definitely got to be addressed. It worked for us in 2019. Gavin, I don't know what's the problem this year. Got to wait.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the run game. The run game, it just leaves the gaps open, and it's easy to run against. As soon as they see us in a wide 9 formation, it's just a run
right up the middle.
every time. Run.
Yeah. The thing is, we need our big guys, and we need guys like Javon Kinlaw or Quick to jump in that gap. There's something about, and our linebackers have got to be a little more active, a little more quicker to jump to it. Gavin, we switched defensive coordinators last year. I don't know what's going on in practice, but hopefully the veterans on the team will maybe point things out here and there to D'Amico. Say, D'Amico, you know what? Everything's right, but what we did before was a little more effective in this way. I don't know if they got that kind of, you're going to talk to your coach that way, but you got to say something, especially if you've been around for a while. Fred Warner has a right to talk.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Fred Warner, he was nowhere to be seen in the run game Sunday. No way.
And that makes no sense. Know what that was. Right?
Do you think that Fred Warner is going to change like Kittle did after now that he's got his big contract? Now he's got paid, he's like, I don't need to bother. Do you think he's going to be that, or is he going to actually be the guy that steps up and says, "Do you mean I'm going to be the man"?
Kevin, I don't think he's of that character. I think Fred Warner wants to continue to improve. That's all he talks about in the offseason is getting better. He's done some things this past offseason that you see different. I think Fred Warner's going to continue to assert himself to be the best in the NFL. He's that kind of personality. I really look forward to what he's going to do next.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to falter either. I think he's going to step up big as well this season because we need him. We definitely do need him. Definitely. Right, so my next question is about the captains. It is. No surprise, Ronbo. Right, so should we make Juice a captain now Mostert is out for the season?
Wait a minute. Who are you going to substitute for Mostert being out as captain? Who?
Juice Jack.
Oh, wow. You know what? God, that's a good question, Gavin. You asked me too fast. I'm not ready for that question. I got to think about that. I love Juice. His team leadership. That's
Do you want me to tell you why Kyle Shanahan won't make him a captain?
why.
This is my theory anyway. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? Yeah, and I'll admit it. But I think that he won't make Juice a captain because if he has to make him a captain, he has to use him more. Yeah?
Good
That's
observation.
what I think. That's what I think. I'm probably wrong. I'm a dumb brick. What do I know?
No.
So, Ronbo,
That's
last
it.
question before I
Oh,
go.
it's an excellent point, Gavin. You know what? Because we were hoping that he'd be used a little more. He was almost invisible in the game for just doing the grunt work. He's capable of doing so much more. He should be incorporated. And I thought McDaniel being the OC was going to make that difference. You're right. Oh, you're so right.
I want to see Juice get all the rock, mate. I just want to see him get all the rock. I do like anything, yeah. So, right, last question before I go on, Ronbo, right? What are you most optimistic about for week 2?
I want to see Hurts go down in a heap. I want to see him frustrated. I think the 49ers are ready to play, but they were a little tired. They were out of the time zone. I think we're going to see a defensive effort this week we're going to be proud of. That's what I'm optimistic about, Gavin. How about you, real quick?
Right, what am I most excited for? The run game. I want to see maybe Trey Sermon come back in. What him and Elijah Mitchell can do together. I think that's what's got me pumped, I think, really, the run game. Definitely.
Right.
But quickly, before I go now, right, make sure you check out All Elite Wrestling, right? Because I've got a gimmick, right? Because Britt Baker, right? Do you know a wrestler called Britt Baker?
No, but I can't wait to see who he is.
Well,
Britt Baker.
Watch her. She's got this gimmick and she goes, DMD. Well, when I come into the chat, right, I want an introduction, right? Yeah. I want her to be like, this is the notorious GAB, right? Yeah, I'm going to do the 50 plus minutes. Everybody at home can just chant in with us and we can all go crazy. Yeah, let's go 49ers!
Gavin, I love it. Yeah, Gavin. Also, SBA Sports, he says, Gavin is my brother from another mother. Do you know who SBA Sports is?
Shardol, that's my guy, Shardol, that is. And yeah, the Shardol channel, everybody subscribe to Shardol. I'll be going live on it tomorrow. I'll be doing like a little bit of a soccer podcast, and then at the end we'll be talking 49ers, a little bit of the 49ers and stuff like that. I'm going to be covering wrestling on there as well. So yeah, thanks for the plug, like it is. Do you mean thank you very much, Ronbo? You have a good night, right? And
all right.
Hopefully I'll see you Friday. If I don't see you Friday, I'll catch you after the game, bro.
Gavin, you know what? Give me some information. Send it to me by email because I'm not writing it down at the moment because I got to keep moving, right? ronbosports@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And give me everything about your site when you come on. Give me all that information because people are going to ask you about it as soon as we get through. So, and especially that wrestling league you're talking about. All right?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I love wrestling. Ronbo,
right.
I'll sit here and talk wrestling for hours, mate. All right, then.
Right.
But you have a good night, Ronbo. Right,
You too, Gavin.
Thanks for putting me on your show.
Appreciate you. Bye, Gavin.
Bye, then. Bye. Go Niners.
Is he awesome or what? Jack, don't you ever call in and talk about Gavin again. We like him. It is Z. The dark one is in the house. Z!
The dark one is here.
Z, we're sitting here looking at our wounds. And Z, you know what I just got a kick out of? I was just informed by Dre, San Francisco Dre, that other fans, they're laughing at us, fam. They think these 49ers, man, they're always whining and crying. You know what? We that ain't gonna work. Whoa. You talk about that, but also about the fact that we got injuries, and we're gonna continue to whine. It's our business, and we want to whine about our injuries, though. And when will Brandon Aiyuk finally bust out? Because right now, Kyle ain't having it.
All right, so Brandon Aiyuk is going to get his time. He's going to come out. Because I don't think he's in the doghouse. I think they was, watching that hamstring. I think there was something going on. He had a little injury, but they didn't want to overdo it. Yeah. So I'm not really worried about Aiyuk. I think he's going to show. If you ask me, they might let him go full force week 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would make sense too. Against the Packers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they might do that for week 3, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna show some flashes next week. But listen, man, them Eagles, man, they looking crazy a little bit.
Yeah, I know, man. Hurts' jersey, you know, it's number 2 as far as jersey sales go. Can you imagine? That place.
Yeah, man.
That's why we got to hurt his feelings this week.
Funny because I'm going to Philly. I just don't know if I'm gonna go to the game. I'm debating that now.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in Philly. So I might watch it with the homeboys, like at the crib or something, or I might actually go to the game. It's just this is a big tough match for us because this gonna determine if our defense can finally stop a mobile quarterback. If that defensive line can finally hit that ass
and stop the run. First, don't let him run because Detroit ran on us. It's funny, though. We didn't give up no points, not really, until the fourth quarter. But they were running on us, and that was kind of frightening.
We need Javon Kinlaw back. He was he was the run stop guy.
Oh, man, I don't know if he's coming back. Z, I really don't know. That knee may be serious, more serious than they're even telling us, you know? He ain't practiced in a month, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, man.
Yeah. So, Z, you saw it up close and personal, man. Elijah Mitchell, I have a feeling, and he protects the ball, too. He took a lot of contact, held on to the rock. I was looking at that closely, and I ain't worried about his running ability. Dude can zoom. So I'm looking forward to what he looks like this week. And now they go, all right, Elijah, give you the ball, boy. Go out there and show him you ain't no joke. Let's get the ball, coach. They ain't going to be laughing long. Wham! Hit that hole. Good. I like watching him run. And him and Hasty, there's a lot of pizzazz and dance. They're a little light. I'm hoping they can take the hits. Elijah proved he could take the hits. He took some real serious contact. Them boys are strong. So, between Hasty and Mitchell, who do you think's going to do the most damage this week?
This week is going to be Hasty's week because they showed us, Elijah showed us. Now they're going to be like, all right, Hasty's feeling like, all right. Because, they're not, I don't think they're going to put Sherman and
they're going to
going to let him come in.
No, he's playing. There's going to be three. Kyle always brings three backs. But how much time is Sherman going to have on the field? Because he would be the muscle out of the three. So if it looks like they're struggling, and Kyle's going to try everybody, he'll see which one is most effective. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. I think it's Hasty time.
I know. I like that jump step.
Hasty, baby.
Z, is anything more exciting than that jump step? Boy, I mean, after I saw the replay, oh, man, Hasty put that foot down, bam, switch direction. I'm talking in a heartbeat. Ow! Ow! God, I was excited by that. I said, look how quick that boy can move.
Making moves.
Man, we're going to see. Man, I do want to see what Sherman can do. He looks like he was fine sitting, taking a back seat. So, he may want to go out there and impress people this week. We'll see.
Yeah, I think if he comes in, he'll do fine. But I really want Hasty to go off because I want everybody to get their shot today. Sunday, Hasty, and then Sunday against Green Bay, Sherman. I mean, Trey. Let's
Mm-hmm. And I see it coming. I do. I say, in fact, the Eagles offense can't hurt you if they're watching the game most of the time. I want clock possession like we had. In fact, did you see what Atlanta did against Eagles? They had the ball all day. They just couldn't convert. 49ers ain't going to play that. If Atlanta can move the ball like they did and the 49ers move the same way, we're going into the end zone. They ain't stopping us like they did the Falcons. I don't believe it. So we're going to see.
What we going to do about the DBs? What we doing about that?
I know you notice how I didn't want to talk about it.
I noticed.
I don't even know. See, they don't even know who's going to be the DBs right now. Okay, maybe we'll know by Friday. We get back into that because we're going to go.
All right.
God, damn. And if you go to Philly, man, hey, see, you got earbuds with the mic on the wire. But you know what? If you're
it's
inside.
Funny that you said that. I just told my best friend. I was like, yo, give me some headphones that I could plug in because the Bluetooth ones, they good, right?
Yeah. So, the Bluetooth won't work in the stadium. You could probably work them out if you're not in the stadium, though. All right? Because I'm going to drop you a link. All right?
Oh, definitely. Drop me the link, yeah, because this time it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't go to the game, still drop the link. And you're going to hear my thoughts about the game.
There you go. That's what I want, too. All right, fam? I'll see you Friday.
All right, man. Dark one out.
Dark one's out. There you go. Night, fam. Oh, no. Here he comes. Boy, my homeboy, they escaped a whooping, and here he's posting. You need some duct tape to hold that team together. Fam, treat Patrick Mahomes, execute with extreme prejudice. Just get him. Hey, Steven.
Yo, what up, Ronbo? Man, so we got a lot to talk about today, don't we?
Jump
so
on
I
in
want to
there,
go ahead and I want to go ahead on something that you mentioned earlier about who is the backup to Javon Kinlaw, and that is our man, Contavious Street.
See,
now,
that's what I
he's
was
not
thinking.
exactly the same size. Let me tell you the weight difference between Javon Kinlaw and Contavious Street. Javon Kinlaw is 320. Contavious Street is 287. Javon Kinlaw is 6'5". Contavious Street is 6'2". They're not that far off in height, but when it comes to weight class, Ronbo, goddamn.
There's
now,
hey, Steven, but
can
Javon bench press 700 pounds? You know, so
that is true.
I mean, not bench, I mean squat.
That is true. I mean, as of right now, that is made to be seen. But no, like the way I see it, Ronbo. And I was talking to a couple of my boy who's an Eagles fan, a diehard Eagles fan. He was telling me that the only way the 49ers can actually beat the Eagles by far, like just hand them their ass on a platter, is basically put Josh Norman in and just rush Hurts, just completely all-out blitz all day, every day. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, or if that would work, but in my opinion, I think our run game is going to punch right through them because their defensive line is a joke down the middle. Now, when it comes to our running backs, Jermichael Hasty is going to shine. I agree with that. He's going to be, RB1 first, and then it's going to be Mitchell and Sermon. Now, Brandon Aiyuk, I've heard mixed reviews about this. I heard it's because of his hamstring. I heard it's because he thinks he's hot shit and he doesn't have to compete.
No, not.
So, I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. And the reason why he didn't play week 1 was just to kind of put him in his place. If he shows up in the Eagles game, then that means, Kyle believes in him and trusts him. And,
because Big Show said that first, Steven. Yeah, because Big Show said he was in the doghouse. I was looking around for some stuff. I didn't say anything like that. And then Shannon came out today and said what he said. Lombardi said people need to pump the brakes on that stuff about Shannon's doghouse. So I'm thinking, well, okay, I'll wait.
Hey, I mean, it's happened before where Shanahan puts people in the doghouse. I mean, everyone says he takes a page off of Belichick. That's exactly what Belichick does. You overstep your boundaries, you're going to be put in the fucking hole. My apologies for my French. But now I want to talk about Drake Kirkpatrick and his addition to the team. Now, I don't know if he's going to start in Philly. It would be nice. I'm not going to lie to you, Ronbo. It would be real nice to see him start just because we need some veterans. Now, there's possible talks of Richard Sherman coming back. I don't think that should happen. I like the fact that we have Norman and Drake Kirkpatrick. Now, Devonta Smith, I was thinking about it. I was like, which one of our corners can match up against Devonta Smith? And I figured, who played against him a lot? Ambry Thomas. But every highlight I've seen of Ambry Thomas
that's what I was getting ready to say. Got the same speed too.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, goddamn, we're not gonna get anything out of Ambry Thomas unless he decides to switch up towards maybe game 4. He starts working on his speed. Now, I got some news for all the fans, and there is a possibility Frank might be coming home. Frank might be coming home. Now, I don't know how true that is, but Frank Gore has spoken and said that, he wants to come back.
Tell you what, I'll accept that in a heartbeat. I doubt if anybody in the Niner Empire is going to say, nah, we don't want to, Frank. You'll never catch nobody saying that. Yeah, but where did you get that from, Steven? That's interesting.
So there is an actual article of Frank Gore talking about, I would be more than happy to come back, because it was popped about the question. Now, I don't know if Shanahan has actually extended it to him or if, John Lynch has extended a reach out to him, but it would be really nice because, and I see it as this, veteran experience training our running backs. Can you imagine if Frank Gore trains Hasty, Sermon, and Elijah Mitchell his way of running down the hole? Ronbo, 3 Frank Gores in their prime? Come on. Come on.
You know, maybe not so much because they're different style running backs, but some of the basic fundamentals that they're probably not doing. And the thing is, Bobby Turner is still running that show. But it would be interesting to see what influence Frank would have on those young running backs, because, you know, you never know what they don't know, what Bobby doesn't know that Frank knows, you know, so I like it.
I like the idea because, I mean, it's the fundamentals. It's learning the fundamentals of how to be your position that wins the game. Frank Gore is a clear-cut, basic running back, a smash-mouth QB that does really well, and he does a damn good job. Now, the way I see it, Ronbo, I see the 49ers winning. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I see us winning, but it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. Now, I don't know if you guys I don't know if everyone saw the game on Sunday. I did.
I did too. And the Falcons should have scored a lot more points. And the referees, all those fouls. If the Eagles come in getting all those flags against 49ers, they are dead meat. Listen, let's talk about that Friday because we're out of time now. But bring all that Friday because this is what we're going to be talking about. All right,
Ronbo.
All right,
see you Friday.
Yeah, all right, looking forward. Hey, Frank. Right.
What's up, Ronbo?
Frank, I'm sitting back here, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
How you doing, man? I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
You know,
what's going on?
Let's go get better, too. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, right now, Philly's already celebrating. They ain't got no business doing that. But we did give reason to believe that we could be beat in that fourth quarter against Detroit. When we had that game, I mean, it was over. Detroit was not going to score over 20 points. What was that, 20 points, 21 or something like that? That was it. That's all it was going to get. And then all of a sudden, things broke crazy. But it was us. It was one mistake after another. So I'm looking at the injuries now, you know, and I'm looking at, we need Brandon Aiyuk. I mean, Jimmy had Debo, and Debo went buck wild. But I want not only Debo, I want to see 100-something yards from Debo. And I want to see at least 100 yards from Brandon Aiyuk. And George Kittle, don't even worry about George. He'll get his, right? And I want my running backs. Oh, man. I mean, Frank, what do you think? Frank, you got Bluetooth, don't you? It's not working.
You hear me?
Now it's better. Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Frank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I said I'm not worried about Brandon Aiyuk. I think he's gonna be fine. You know, I think they probably just monitoring that hamstring.
I think that
sounds
right.
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna be all right. But I wasn't really pleased, man, at the defense, man. You know, I wasn't really happy about that defense, man. Like, I don't know, Ronbo. I think this might be the year, man. Like the offense is going to put up points. Like,
yeah.
You got to at least stay in the 30 range, and the defense just can hold. You know what I'm saying? Here and there, just for us to get back. Like, you know, you look at our division, it's tough, man.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't have no corners. You know what I mean? You Josh Norman, he old, but you know what I'm saying? You can see, you can see he was getting burnt when he was in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm just being real. You just overall look at it, man. John Lynch ain't really do too good with drafting, man. Like we always draft hurt players. I mean,
but you know,
the same trend with Trent Baalke, man.
I know.
We always draft the hurt players, man. Like it didn't fail. You know what I'm saying?
Remember,
so
we heard
take,
about Javon. Before we got drafted, we heard about it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So my take is I like for us, Cal gonna have to really bring the tricks out the bag, man. And like we just gonna have to just put up numbers. Yeah, put up there. And I think we can do that. I think with Trey Lance. I think, I think by him, like, you keep trying to rotate these two quarterbacks. Like, you got to go with your guts. If you're going to stick with Jimmy G, stick with Jimmy. And just let Trey sit and learn, and might sprinkle them in there here or there. But you got to pick which one you're going to go with, because you don't want to take Jimmy out of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Say he in a rhythm and he, you know what I'm saying? And then you take him out the game and you throw Trey in, and then Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so you got to make your mind up. You got to pick your poison. If you're going to go with Jimmy, just stick with Jimmy. If you're going to go with Trey, then just ride out with Trey. I mean, you gave up a lot to get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and the way they did this last game, it was like useless. I mean, you brought Trey out there. He threw one pass, and it was a touchdown, fortunately. And then did the Lions think Trey was going to do anything else but run? I said, Kyle, if you're going to put him out there, don't just run that RPO and have him run. Let him throw it. Because the defense is sitting back, okay, get ready. He ain't going to do nothing but run. I don't want the defense thinking he ain't going to do nothing but run. No! What is the point?
You know what I'm saying? They was prepared for it. They was prepared for it. So, I mean, like I said, I think Trey Lance can take the offense to another level, you know what I'm saying, with his ability like to run and can got a big arm and can throw. But it's on with Kyle, man. Like, you know, Kyle's like, he's just too arrogant, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, man, this is opportunity right here. It ain't no excuse. You moved up, you got your guy. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm trying to win now. You know what I'm saying? We need to win and start now. You know what I'm saying? We want to know we barely squeaked out a win. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of
remember,
6-10.
Remember,
and you know what I'm saying? Nah.
Remember, we lost.
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
But Frank, remember, the reason that got ate up is because of them BSing at the end. That ball bouncing off of George Kittle's face when the game was over right there. And they had, 21? All right. Now you let them back in the game. And they scored.
No, but it's Debo fumble.
And then that's what I'm saying. So the 49ers the score wasn't really like it really was. We whooped that Detroit butt for 4 quarters, and then 3 3/4 of the game. And all of a sudden the 49ers just, man, we got this. Y'all ain't got this. Hey, finish the game. You know, and that's what's pretty much happening.
I ain't like the defense, though, Ronbo. They was running on us, though. The run defense looked terrible, man.
It was awful.
The defense just ain't look, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. The defense just ain't look, you know what I'm saying, like it did in 2019. You know
Frank,
remember
what Tony said, though, a little while ago? Our guys were tired. I think you're going to see a different defense because, you know, it was like 1 o'clock on the East Coast. 49ers were still in the bed. I mean, 10 o'clock in the morning, we're probably just arriving at the stadium, warming up and getting ready to play for a couple hours later. So I got a feeling, staying on the East Coast, because out in West Virginia, staying on the East Coast, getting used to it, I think they're going to look like against the Bengals last 2019 when they came out there and spent the night on the East Coast for the whole week. So I think you can see a little difference.
You know, Philly got receivers, man, so what corners we have? Moses not playing, you know, Barrett hurt, so that's what I'm saying. That they got speed. They got speed on that outside. So
they must have a
Dante
plan.
Johnson. I mean,
Frank, don't say that about Dante.
I mean, who you gonna put on corner? Who you gonna put?
I'm gonna put Jimmy Ward over there if nothing else works.
You know,
J-Dub, be on notice.
You had to go with You had to bring Josh Norman. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, like I say, I'm just still gonna keep the faith, man. But we just for us to have a successful season, the offense has to just stay in the 30 range. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, it was a good opinion too. Frank, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you.
I ain't gonna hold you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you Friday, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Have a great night, Frank.
All right, you too, man. Thank you for letting me come in, man.
Always a pleasure. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Tony, it's Tony Tony. Thanks, Tony, for that contribution. We drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks with fresh legs. Start them and have them try to run with Rieger and Devontae Smith, and then let Bosa and Ford go to work. Mahalo. You know what? I'm with Tony. And Ambry's played with Devontae and probably told him, man, you know you can't beat me running. Go and run your thing, man, because I know you. You know, bring Ambry out. Coach, give Ambry a shot on him. All right. Brock O'Donnell, Show bought an Aiyuk jersey as why he ain't working. Thanks, Brock, for the contribution. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, okay, we started talking about injuries in Aiyuk, but we're gonna, you know how we do, we start worrying about the things that I really don't like to talk about usually, and I'm concerned about the secondary, but I figure D'Amico and Kyle and Kasuk and all of them, if they're getting together, and even as we speak, sitting around saying, we got, people think we can't stop that rush of theirs. I mean that air attack. We will. I got faith. Ooh. But wait, Jay, what do you think is regarding the injuries, and are we going to be okay with the next man up routine this year? And hopefully we don't have to sustain these injuries every week. And also, Brandon Aiyuk, is true or false? Is he in the doghouse or not?
I really don't know. They talking about his hamstring, and it's kind of hard to run full speed with a hamstring. So on that notion, I'm just gonna go with the hamstring. But it don't take much to piss Kyle off either. So I really don't know about that aspect of it, but I think we're gonna be all right as long as we can just play good sound defense and can get off, and can go into games and come out healthy. If we could do that, we can win a lot of games. So hopefully we can pull it off. And now we already starting kind of bad. And I don't know, Ronbo. I just don't know. I just hope we can stay healthy this year so we can do something in the playoffs.
I agree. And you know what? It's just this first week, it's got to get better. It's got to improve. And we've got to show that, yes, we are the team everybody thought we were.
Yeah, because everybody else in our division looks, I hate to say it, looks tremendous. So it's like we got to stay on our A game every game.
Okay, you know what, though? Hey, you know what, though? I believe the Hawks beat up on Indy, right? And the Rams, who they play? The Rams played.
Rams played Bears. They played the Bears.
See, this is why I don't know if I need to see one more week of opponents. Before I start talking about how good they look, because we look awesome until the fourth quarter, and then we started clowning.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
And another thing, we were clowning, and we still held Detroit, which wasn't all that bad offensively. They was able to run the ball, but we still bend and didn't break on many of occasions. So I still like,
Yeah, you got a point there, Ronbo, but we can't get no more we can't lose none of our guys, and I think we've been having bad luck with that here, and I don't want to jinx this, so don't want to really mention that. But it's on the other hand, on that notion, I think if we just play good sound defense, we're gonna be okay. We just can't play like how we did with Detroit and be complacent. We can beat these guys, because if we do that, we could lose to anybody. Mm-hmm. It's a proven fact. You know what I'm saying? So we just can't take no opponent lightly. We just gotta come out and play Niner football, play Niner defense, and we'll be okay. And as long as we do as long as we do that, we'll be okay.
Because actually, that's why everybody was embarrassed after the game. Jay, we scored 41 damn points. 41 points and had to hold on to win. What? See, that's that.
Yeah.
That is what scared everybody.
I'm keeping track of the game. You know what I'm saying? And I fall asleep and wake up I think it was like a 10-15 minute quick nap or something like that. And I look, I seen getting close to us. I'm like, what is going on?
It got boring.
Seriously.
It got boring because 41 points. I mean, Dre's picking what's his name off. The defense is starting to drop him into the dirt. Jimmy's out there looking like I haven't seen him looking since 2019. Actually, he looked better than he looked in 2019 in this game. Jimmy went 7 for 7 to start the game. I already, even, you know me, how I support Jimmy. Even I was sitting there thinking, really? All right, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
And, you know, we weren't doing anything wrong. Debo had nearly 200 yards. When's the last time we had a receiver go for 200 yards? And if Debo didn't make that stupid mistake at the end, he gets 200 yards. So, you know.
Right.
Let's
that's
see.
what I'm trying to tell, and that's what I was saying. It's people are trying to see us that we don't have a number one. We have number one. It's just the way how we use our receivers. And, you know, granted, we got a great tight end, so you got to get him the ball. And we got a good, solid running game. So our receivers ain't going to catch. We ain't going to have no receivers that catch over 100 balls, have over 1,800 yards. we not built like that. We built to run the ball, play solid defense, and have good quality receivers. Debo proving that, you know what I'm saying?
In fact, Jay, before you go on down that avenue, do you know Debo would have been number one this week as far as receiving yards had he not made that mistake at the end of the game? Only over in Kansas City, I don't even want to mention this. Anyway, he led the league and beat Bevo by about 15 yards. So we can throw the ball provided we can run. That's the way that works. And that's play action. That's how Kyle's offense works.
Yeah.
Jay, we're going to run out of time, Jay. We already did. Let me see Friday. And bring your score, all right?
Yes, sir. You have a good one, Ronbo.
Do, fam. Night.
All right. Good night.
Well, homeboy is going to hang out. Why? You guys weren't clowning. You guys just suck. LOL. Yeah. I can't. Unfortunately, the Chiefs get to play. They get to play the Ravens, of whom they own. So they will go 2-0. Sucks. Hey, Robert.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Robert, we're looking at the injury report piling up. I actually probably shouldn't look at it just yet. It doesn't. It matters because of who we lost. But honestly, us only losing 2 people at this point in the season, because I think last season we'd already lost about 5 or 6 people. Anyway, see, man, this time we hadn't lost Nick Bosa yet. Jimmy's already running around with a bad leg. George Kittle, I think he was gone. So you know what? We almost could be grateful for right now, Robert. Robert, what do you think with the injury situation? Are you going to be all right with this? And when is Brandon Aiyuk's legs going to get better? Or is Kyle just being a nice guy, not throwing his guy under the bus because Trent Sherfield is whooping his boy's butt? Because Trent Sherfield looks good, Robert. What do you think?
That's where I'm going to start at. First of all, we got to realize something. Brandon Aiyuk was a rookie last year. He didn't go through a regular offseason. He doesn't know what it means to be a professional. Trent Sherfield has practiced with one of the best receivers to play the game in this era.
Yeah.
He's been trained to be a receiver. And you know, Brandon Aiyuk, he was kind of, with the way the season went last year, he was kind of given that because of, you know, he was healthy. He was all we had that was healthy, that was producing, and he was a rookie. So, you know, he kind of probably came into the season feeling like he was entitled some. And Cal had to, you know, let him know nobody's entitled to anything. That's just, you know, that's just a fact of the matter. You know, he's young. So, you know, he'll be all right. Cal let him know you gonna work here or you won't play. That's just what that is. You know,
and Robert, it's a good thing. It sends a message throughout the locker room. Guys, we love each other, but we don't go for no half-stepping. You lose your job, you lose your job. Go get it back. Don't cry. Go get it back then. I like that.
Yeah. And as far as the defense, I'm not worried. I don't know, like, don't know if I was watching the same game everybody else was watching. Because the game that I saw, the 49ers dominated 3/4 of the game.
Yep.
And we had our issues with, stopping the run. We had our issues in 2019 stopping the run, if you just want to be honest about it. It hasn't been a good run-stopping team in years. That's not what we've been good at. That was the whole point of drafting Kinlaw. So,
I gotta look. Can I get the stats on that game with the? I want to see how much. I forgot, Robert. I forgot how many yards did they get?
They got a hell of a lot of them. They bust open through the middle plenty of times.
Anytime they wanted to.
But right, the thing is, a wide nine is not conducive to the run. The wide nine is designed to put everything back inside. Right, and the run, that means when the ball is ran during the wide nine, your linebackers have to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
So our linebackers have to get adjusted to what's going on and just give them some time. They started catching on and they started stopping the ball. You know, we even in 2019, I hope y'all remember, we bended a lot, but we didn't break.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made our defense what it was. It wasn't that we came out and stopped everybody solid like 3 and out all the time. No, they was efficient. They would bend, but they wouldn't break. And that's what they showed signs of game one. The game didn't change until we got a scare with our cornerback. We pulled all our starters out, and Jerry Goff should take advantage of backup players and rookies. Regardless, he's a starting quarterback. Whether
Robert,
feel like he's inferior to our.
Robert, let me tell you though, it's not as bad. Okay, Jamal Williams had only 54 yards. I thought he had more than that, and DeAndre Swift had 39 yards. Okay, so
it just looks bad.
Yeah, so Elijah Mitchell had more than they did combined. And Jared Goff threw the ball 57 times for 338 yards. Jimmy put the ball up 17 out of 25 and had 314 yards. So like I always said about Jared Goff, Jared Goff has been doing this ever since in L.A. You see his stats. Whoa, he threw the ball 100 times. So, no wonder,
Right. Right. So it's not as bad as what we're looking at.
Yeah.
And,
it just got sloppy.
He didn't make it. I mean, like, what type of adjustments were you expecting a first game defensive coordinator to make? Robert, do you remember we were calling for Robert Sala's job when he first
I know.
act like Robert Sala was we act like we love Robert Sala from the gate. We did not. Let's be real about it.
But wait, Robert. Remember, I said I did defend him though. I said, wait a minute, y'all. He ain't got no tools. Okay, I don't know nothing about Robert Saleh. He didn't have no people to play, and then we got people to play.
I said on your show and listen to you defend him. Now these same people come on the show and act like Robert Saleh was like the best thing since sliced bread. He wasn't what he was until the last year until he had talent. Now let's see him go over to the Jets without talent and make something happen. No, he's only as good as his personnel. Let's be serious about
every coach. That's the way it works. You can't make wine out of water. Only Jesus could do that.
Right. I know only one man that did that. And you just named him. So, and Rome wasn't built in a day. That's why I said what I said when I closed the last time. A Super Bowl is never won in September.
Yep.
There's no team that won a Super Bowl that, except for one team that was the greatest show on earth. The game that they played opening season was good enough to win the Super Bowl this year.
So we're gonna see.
No other team has ever done this.
And it's not going to be a habit anyway. It's because we got 16, for all intents and purposes, now the season starts. We got 16 weeks to go. So if you lost game one, you really screwed up. Yeah.
Hey, let's calm down about the back end of our defense, too. We went and got a veteran so that we can change our back end now. If we have to go back to playing zone, we can zone up. You know what I'm saying? We really can. We got 2 veterans on the side that can zone, that we went and got, that understand the defenses and can zone up. Our safeties on the back end are familiar with the game. We're fine.
Yeah.
We got to come on, man. Just
get
chill
better,
out.
Robert.
As long as our front four can get to the quarterback,
okay, so that's
he ain't got 3 seconds to throw the ball, we'll be all right.
That's what they got to do. Robert, we got to go. I'm going to look for you Friday. Bring your score.
Hey, Ronbo, I know we short tonight, but I don't know if you got time now or sometime within the show. Can you give my wife a birthday shout out?
Oh, what is her name?
Her name is Shonda.
Shonda, do that right now. We always got time for that. Yeah, because I'm just I'm a rock star that's just pinned in this body.
You gotta know it.
It's Shonda time. Hey, Shonda, how you doing, girl? It's your birthday. Oh God! Happy birthday, Shonda! Happy birthday, Shonda! Son, I'm just getting started, too. You ready for this, though? I hope ain't nobody sleep. If you got a small dog or a cat sitting there, wake him up. Yeah, because here it comes. Happy birthday, son. And Robert,
bang, bang, Niners game.
That's what I'm talking about. Robert, I've been looking for you Friday.
Night, man.
You too, fam. Hey.
All right. We get the victim number 2 Sunday.
You tell you what, coming up. And there he is. Yeah. Scott Broles, thank you, Scott. DJ played 30 snaps. 30 snaps. I didn't even know DJ was in the game. DJ said, man, I'm hungry, man. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, man. I ain't playing no ball at 10 o'clock in the morning like this shot. We should have came here days ago. And I really wish they would have. Shabazz!
Ronbo, why you have to always be the voice of reason on this show?
wait, Shabazz.
All these people.
Wait. One thing you're inaccurate on, though. You said JG would throw a pick 6.
Okay, he fumbled.
You talking about that? Well, wait, between him and Mac. Well, was that all about him? Okay, but anyway. I still think Alex Mack needed to dry his butt off. I bet the ball was slippery and wet.
Yeah, well, you know what, Ronbo? Okay, what happened to us, and I said that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I said it was going to be closer, and then nobody want to listen to me.
It did get stupid at the end.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying this weekend is now everybody that lost their God bless his mind. I tried not to cuss. I had old First Sergeant when I was in the Army. He wouldn't cuss. He would say, "You got doggone soldiers." He wouldn't cuss. So I tried not to cuss.
My dad used to do that, too.
I tried not to cuss. Okay.
And say thing like dang nabbit.
Yeah, everybody done panicked and lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's one for y'all, so I can put y'all at ease. Listen to me, because y'all didn't listen to me last weekend. Listen to me this weekend. They're going to score less than 16 points on us. We're going to beat them 27-13.
See?
And it's that front seven that's going to shock y'all.
Them
linebackers, Alshahir, Warner, and my man Greenlaw is going to be in that boy's face. Everybody keep forgetting. We got Trey, so they not shots by no running quarterback.
I tried to tell people that earlier. Yeah.
Ronbo,
he ain't no surprise.
No, it's on and cracking. It's on. When I tell you it's on and cracking, Ronbo, it's on and cracking. We're going to beat Philly. And worrying about all the other teams in the NFC and this, that, and the other, the 49ers fans, man, the base is starting to really upset me. Like, man, like, I don't understand. What's wrong with everybody, man? They panicking week 1. We okay. My goodness, we okay, y'all.
And Shabazz,
what's the panic for? What's the hurry for?
And Shabazz, when Kyle Shannon asked him at the end of the game, so how do you guys feel about this win in this game? And nobody said nothing. That tells me all I need to know. Wait till this Sunday. You talk about guys that's looking to redeem themselves from last Sunday. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's going to be easy money. And Philadelphia is going to look like they're supposed to look. Just another team in a way that's going to get dealt with, that's going to get steamrolled. Okay? We Peter rolling. They getting dealt with. Then week 3, we're going to Peter roll, Green Bay. And everybody gonna be like, "Oh, I'm worried about Seattle." And then I'm looking, man, okay. Then after that, I'm going on the 4 game. I'm going to the next 4 games after that. So I'm going to Green Bay home opener, Seattle. After that, Arizona here, 3, and then I'm going to Chicago, and then I'll be done. That's my regular 4 and done for the year. But everybody need to calm down, Ronbo. I'm not in panic mode. I'm not worried about no Philadelphia. And I told everybody, I said, listen, this is what's going to happen, guys. And y'all going to be shocked. And everybody's going to come home whining and crying. That's why they call us the whiners. I wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
Okay. And I wasn't worried about nothing that was taking place because I told you for years on this show, the best thing to happen to anybody is every now and then when you're in a fight, you want to get hit in the mouth. That wake you up.
Yep.
Ain't nothing like getting hit in the mouth. Get
Or
you
the
ready
nose.
to fight. And that, right. And that was so good for us because Debo, what happened to Kittle, you know, I'm not talking about who's in the doghouse, who ain't in the doghouse. That's not my concern. What my concern is getting to 12 to 13 games so we can deal with Tampa at the end of the season. That's my concern. Everything else is just, hey, leave that for the birds. That ain't. I don't care about no other team in NFC West ongoing. Nobody other platform stalking. Y'all did this, y'all do that. What that look like? That's like me coming to your house, Ronbo, telling you to clean up your house. What you got going on in your house is your business.
Exactly.
That ain't my business. That ain't my business, and I'm gone, Ronbo. I ain't staying long. I'm gonna try to get on Friday, but I gotta work Friday.
Hey, fam.
Okay,
Appreciate you.
I definitely gotta work. Shout out to you and the platform. Shout out to my people at the Memphis Empire. Shout out to my boy Lee and SoCal. And look here, baby, bang bang, not a gang.
There it is. Shabazz, bottom line is, would y'all calm down? Shabazz, all right, fam. See you as soon as possible then.
All right, Ronbo. All right, Ronbo. Good night.
Oh, God. So I would ask Mahomes a question, but I'll ask Rudy. He's civil. And I want to find out about how people think about the fan base. Do we cry more than everybody else? Area code 402.
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Yeah, hey, who is this?
Yo, my name's Dylan. I'm actually an Eagles fan, but man, you showed up on my stream every week, and I had to start watching you like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Man, I just gotta say, man, you just grind so hard. I love football content, so I just watch anyway. But man, Eagles 49ers this week, man. Give it to me. Give it to me, Ronbo.
Dylan, what am I supposed to give you? Am I supposed to give you the Niner yell? You know, Dylan, you're an Eagles fan. How are you going to appreciate that? You can have it. I'm just curious.
You know, my prediction this week is 33-24 Eagles. But that's just me. That's just me.
Dylan, give me some reasoning. Now, how did you arrive at that conclusion?
Well, I mean, because Jalen Hurts, man, he is a weapon. I mean, this year, I can't believe it. That's just my thing. I mean, this personally, I just think that, I mean, with the whole running back situation and Brandon Aiyuk and everything, I mean, it's just one of those things that I just think that we might have it this week.
Yeah, I got to say, you've got a running back named Sanders. I was watching that game, as I always like to watch the upcoming opponent. You guys beat Atlanta. Dylan, were you thoroughly satisfied with that game against Atlanta? Did you see potential?
I mean, with Atlanta, I mean, I can't believe that we actually got that in a way because that was like way outlandish how it happened, to be honest. But the fact that I saw that my quarterback arise from the situation.
True.
Man, it makes me more of a fan. I mean, I'm just a Nebraska boy. I mean, you know, I'm way far root. But I mean, to me, it was just one of those things that I just had to call out and just say.
No, you have it right. He did actually assert himself in a very professional manner for a guy that's is this his second year? Yeah, he was a rookie last year. Yeah, he carried himself with a little bit of swagger that I was impressed with. You know, I just thought that the Falcons' execution was very poor as many times they were in the red zone. Your defense did a good job against my draft crutch, Kyle Pitts, though, I must say. That was holding.
Yeah. All right.
But Dylan, you know that was holding, right? Remember when the wide receiver, oh God, his name slips me right now. The Falcons' number one wide receiver came across the middle, and he got held.
Julio Jones? Calvin Ridley?
Yeah, Ridley. Ridley went across the middle of the field and got held, and the pass fell harmlessly out in front of him. I said, no flag on that. But you guys have been getting flagged all day.
No, you're right. No, I saw that too. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Hey, Ronbo, what's your score? What's your call out this week for the score?
My score this week? Okay, you guys get a score, and I'm gonna go along with the same thing that the last caller, Shabazz, says. I think you guys get 2 touchdowns and a field goal, but I don't see you being able to stop the 49ers offensively because Kyle Shanahan, your coaches just got there, right? I think Shanahan's going to outcoach. Yeah. I think Shanahan's going to outcoach your DC.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni. Yeah. I think Kyle's going to be able to outcoach him and have him run around in circles, but we'll see. Things do not always come out as they appear.
To be honest, Ronbo, I've been watching your content for a while. I mean, I'll keep watching as it is, but it's just one of those things that I just had to call you out because it's not like it's Eagles 49ers. You know, I had to see where you're at.
Yeah. Hey, there's a guy out there in Philly. We call him Yamin because when he talks, he's always saying Yamin. He keeps doing that all the time. He's out in Philly. He's a 49er fan, and we have fun. I mean, people from Philly are always fun because you guys are really passionate about your sports. I mean, it comes to 76ers, the Phillies, the Eagles. You got to love the Philly passion. So, hats off to you.
No, don't get me wrong, Ronbo, but I'm just from the Nebraska Nation, So it's like I had to pick a sport when my brother was younger, to be honest. My brother was a Packers fan, and he was just beating on me all my whole life. Just fucking Packers. I fucking hated this guy. And then all of a sudden, Michael Vick was fucking whooping his ass in like one of these games, and I was like, I'm that team. Like, that's my team. And it was just Michael Vick, It's just like that's where I threw in, I was like, I'm an Eagles fan from there on.
Dylan, we're going to have to go. Good for you. Stick by your guns.
All right,
Nobody's had to put up with a Packers
fan.
You. Thank you, Dylan. Have a great night.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Clarence Molina. Hey, Rumble Man, we just got to pray for good health. The reason why injuries are more prevalent, players work at 50 to 70% throughout camp and preseason, then having to go 100%. Soft tissue injuries are galore. Clarence, that's a good explanation, too. I like that. That makes all the sense in the world. So, yeah. I can agree with that. And if Kansas City could just lose this weekend while we win, we would have to put Patrick Mahomes, boy, all of a sudden he's back. You guys are the biggest babies, but you know that. Be ham. Be ham. Be ham might be in this big old beautiful truck. Maybe he's got to pay attention to what he's doing. Be ham, I'll be back. All right. Hey, it's Shania. Shania.
Hey, Ronbo.
How you doing, Shania? You're just full of power tonight.
I got something to say before we get into the football deal.
You do? Well, go right ahead.
I do not appreciate your going and telling one of the 49er players to go kill themselves. That is not right.
Oh, you mean Mostert's wife, Devin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was tacky, wasn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we told Devon, listen, Devon, if you want to, reveal some of them names, she's not going to do it. But we said we would love for you to give us some names of the people we'd like to have a word with those folks as to what they did, and but she hasn't gotten back to us yet. There's about 100 of us that want at them people. What the? They're an embarrassment to every 49er fan in the world. What are you doing? What are you attacking the man's wife for? Oh, that sucks. God, I was hot.
They're not.
That's, you know what? They're not really 49er fans. They represent.
No, they're not.
They represent something else. But to call Raheem Mostert's wife and tell her to have your cousin kill himself, the guy needs, anybody who does that, they need their ass removed. That sucks. Cowards. But Devon, this is what you get with social media. Everybody's a badass when it comes to social media. Now you call somebody's wife. How small a man is that? You contact a guy's wife and tell him to tell your husband needs to kill himself. Took me hours to get over that. So it still makes me mad.
They're not a man, Ronbo. They're not a man. They're just boys.
You know what?
If you're going to act like that, you should be called a boy, not a man.
It may be kids. I'll bet you. You know what? I hadn't thought about that. It may be kids. Any rate, they ought to know better. But Shania, now we got that off. I'll tell you what, we're a little concerned about the injuries. Shania, are we going to have problems with injuries this year? Are we going to slide right through this year and into a healthy week 17?
I say give Frank Gore.
I heard about it. Wouldn't it be awesome?
He said that he'll be ready when the calls come.
I think he stays fit all the time. Frank loves to play. You're not going to find a guy that's more physically ready to go. I'd love to see him. Maybe they might give it a shot. Do you know how excited everybody would be if Frank Gore shows up ready to play for the 2021 team? Woo! Man, that would be special.
But I'm not pretty much worried about none of the injuries.
Yeah,
But I wanted to say something about that fourth quarter. What happened on the fourth quarter?
I can't even explain that to you. Now, you know what? Accidents will happen. Okay, Tony called in a little while ago, and I just realized what he said is probably true. George Kittle would never do that under normal circumstances. I think the 49ers actually got tired in the fourth quarter and were kind of running on fumes because of the time change they had to go through. They always say when you fly West Coast to East Coast like that, it always is an advantage for the East Coast team, and vice versa. If the East Coast team flies the West Coast, it messes with them as well. So we had that game, actually, in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden start doing weird things. So I think they're staying there all week on the East Coast. I think you'll see a different 49er team this week. So I'm not to worry about that. So we'll be fine. Say, anyone anything else? We're going to go, and I'll wait for you on Friday to give me your score, all right?
Okay.
All right, tonight. I know what you're ready for.
Before we go?
You sure can. Shania, have a great night.
Good night, Ronbo.
Night, Shania. And let us bring in Bill.
Ronbo, how's it going? Let me make an addressment out there. I'm going to address the 49er Empire. Those that were making trash calls against Raheem Mostert's wife were either A, she-chicken fans or Cowboy fans. I'm not going to be generous to call them kids. Okay, I'm going to say you are one of the two, or you're a traitor Raider who managed to pull off a win out of luck. Luck. Oh, my goodness. I almost pulled my hair out against that game. I was hoping they would lose it. It should have been over. The curtain should have been done. They should have caught that L. Oh, but you will. You will. You ain't going to do anything. You're nothing but a fake and a fraud, you Raider fans. All right, for you Cowboy fans and you Sea-Chicken fans, quit reaching out to the Niner players and being hateful. Knock it off. We don't appreciate it. We don't go calling Jerry Jones and telling him he should divorce his wife because his team sucks. So leave our players alone. All right. Anyways, About this week's game, I'm excited. I know the Eagles are competitive. I picked them to win the division over the Cowboys. And, it's either them or the Washington football team name are going to beat. Cowboys ain't going anywhere. So y'all think you're going to win some. It's going to hurt when the Eagles beat you twice, when the Redskins beat you twice, or not the Redskins, the Washington no-name football team. I'm used to calling them.
They got no name yet. Yeah. I don't know why they don't have a name. It took 2 years. They should have a name. It's silly.
They like the no name. It's awesome. It brings sales, I guess. And the Giants. You Cowboy fans ain't going nowhere. So get it out of your head and leave our players alone, because your team ain't going to ever achieve greatness like the 49ers will. You want to be us? You want to be like us? And I want to go ahead.
You might have hit. I didn't think about other fans doing that. I don't know. Maybe did Devon look at their profiles? And I wonder, that's an interesting point, though. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand what 49er fan would do that.
No 49er fan would. You got to be a poser. If you are saying that and you got 49er stuff on, I'm not going to call you a 49er fan. I'm going to call you a Sea Chicken fan or a Cowboy fan. You don't want your fan heard questions? Don't come after the players. You respect them. You thank them for what they give to our franchise and the games that they give to us. You respect that. That's why Alex Smith wanted out.
Tell you.
Your fool's on the field. Knock it off.
Tell you what,
respect our players. Appreciate them.
I'd have some other names for an individual that I knew was doing that, and it wouldn't be nothing nice. You know something, though, Bill? Hey, this week, though, you figure our defense looked a little questionable as far as the run game. I'm a little concerned about that. Are we going to be okay as far as stopping that run game?
I think we're going to be okay. It's going to be a dogfight. The Eagles are no punks. I'm not going to say that. They're a good team. We're going against a good team. I'm going to give them credit. They're not punks like Detroit. Detroit almost came out with the win. And they're not sorry teams like the Raiders, the Sea Chickens, and the Cowgirls. So I'm going to give the Eagles props. We're going to give it to them, but it's going to be a dogfight down the middle. It's going to come down to a field goal. We're going to end up
really? You think it's going to be that tight?
Don't move the touchdown. It's going to be that tight.
Man.
I think they're going to win their division. I'm really going to say Philly's going to win their division. Yes, you Cowgirl fans, I just spoiled it for you. Your season's over. Turn your TV off, sell your gear, burn it, get done with it, because we don't care about it. Get out of here, Texas boy. I'm going to roast you, too. You don't make me mad. And thank you, Raheem Mostert and his wife. Thank you, guys, for the time you're giving to San Francisco. I know your season's over, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we need to bring Frank the Tank back. We need to bring Richard Sherman in. And I promise you, I don't see our season being over. There's so many good players right now in free agency that if something happens, that we can pick up.
I agree. I think our depth. The reason why I got the depth we got is supposed to pay off. We're a little concerned about the secondary, but I think we'll be okay for now. I just wish he was coming back. But we'll see what Elijah Mitchell looks like as he develops. Bill, we're gonna go. I'll see you Friday. Are you ready for the holla?
Ronbo, before you give me the holler, please don't forget to sing Mama.
I know you don't. I know. Because we go on for like.
I can't find an answer for the Raiderettes because I'll sing it myself. Because I don't like you idiots. Go on.
We go on for hours. Sometimes I just lose track of it, and I'm hungry usually by the time we get through and I hush up. But I got to do it tonight, Bill. I tell you, I'm going to do it too. All right, Bill. Here comes the holla. Niner! Bill. See you Friday, fam.
Before I go, right now, I will put you idiots on trial. You Raiderettes, Sea Chickens, or Cowgirls. One of you three are trolling Raheem Mostert. Leave him alone before you find out who you are and be blasted on Ronbo Sports. Have a nice day.
Night, Bill. Hey, KC.
Hey, Ronbo, man, what did I do to deserve the honor of following up the illustrious Bill?
It is a tough act to follow.
Right here.
You can do it though, Casey. Now we're
you know what, Ronbo? On a serious note, I'd like to say rest in peace to Norm Macdonald, one of my favorite stand-up comedians of all time.
I know. He was funny. His whole style.
Man, there's not many people that can be. There's not many people that can have the range and scope like Norm and still wake up sane the next day.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that true? Because Casey, I always thought it took a certain level of enhancement, maybe artificial enhancement in the form of a pill. That would actually make a man act like he does. There's several comedians, and I know Jim Carrey used to be on some serious stuff. Every movie, the dude had me in tears. There's so many out there, but yeah, he was awesome.
Well, I think we get I think we all get our, we all get off on different things, Yeah. Because personally, Ronbo, I tell you what, I've never drinking a cup of coffee. I actually hate coffee. And I'm sure most of the chat would think that I'm absolutely crazy for not liking coffee. But I think you're crazy because if you didn't know, there's like 7,000 other drinks out there that you can have besides coffee that are not nearly as bitter,
Yeah. And if you know the right people, there are other than the herb that's famous, there's lots of herbs out there that give you a very different feeling. Casey,
yeah, you can even get these at your 7-Eleven nowadays.
We're not supposed to be talking about this stuff, Casey. I just realized. All right, back to football. Casey.
Yeah, let's get back on to Robbie. Hey, Robbie, did you see Robbie before pregame the other day? Man, that guy looks stoned to me, Robbie.
I'm telling you, Robbie, I know he's a blaster from way back, man. The dude, you can tell Robbie's just too cool to be cool, man. That slip that he did when you could see his face going to the ground and his feet flying up in the air, I couldn't stop laughing, man. He said, Robbie, what are you doing? He didn't know the camera was on him? Oh, that's hilarious.
That was not natural.
Get up, Robbie! And then he gets up, and what's he do, Casey? He missed. Oh, no.
What a surprise.
God. So anyway. But Casey, man, our defense, man, we can't be giving teams like the Lions 33 points again. If the Eagles come out there and score 33.
They're not making it easy on themselves.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. This they got an uphill battle here because, Stafford looked pretty sharp in his first game out. Kyler looked really good.
Yeah.
And Seahawks didn't look too bad either, so.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long season, man.
Tyler Lockett and them circus catches, man. But you know what? I looked at Tyler doing that, and I said to myself, Tyler can do that all he wants to against other teams. But when it comes to the 49ers, K'Wan Williams is sitting over there calmly waiting for him to come running out on the field. It's okay. So I take Tyler out of the equation, and now can they beat us?
Well, it is definitely something that the Niners haven't had yet, is that, consistent deep ball, that Wilson throws. And Wilson probably throws it better than anyone right now.
No, Wilson does throw it better than anybody. But remember, you need a receiver to catch that. Tyler Lockett is good at that.
Yeah.
There's several wide receivers in the league that are capable of
making
that play.
I think the more that Debo gets those routes, I think Debo
he
can
looked
do
good.
Because you see him. You remember in the preseason a couple years ago, he went up pretty high to get it. I mean,
the thing is getting a step on the defense, gaining enough separation. Yeah, the quarterback's got to, because all of our quarterbacks are going to be thrown to a spot. Sherfield, on the other hand, he may be a deep threat. I want to see Kyle use him.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I really do, and I'd really like to see. I'd like to see them go with Trey, though.
They can go with Trey.
I'd like to see that really blossom with Trey.
Yeah, both of them can throw the ball downfield, but can the receiver make the play?
But Trey can put that extra umph on it that can really, that one pass that he threw in preseason, you could tell that was different.
Mm-hmm. And, he's got a powerful arm. He's proven that.
It's almost like how you ever see how baseball pitchers can kind of make their fastball rise a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that looked like.
it looked like it went higher at the very end.
Yeah, he's definitely got that Kaepernick arm. So, but he's got to learn to control it. He's got to put it where it's supposed to be.
Because he just reminds me of like Kaepernick 2.0, but with a little bit less of a fastball.
You think so? In fact, I think it may be a little faster.
Just chuck it like.
Than
I don't know about that, but.
Well, I say that because the fact that up close he can knock a man out. In case we ran out of time, they're tapping at me. We're gonna see you Friday. All right.
All right. Sounds good, Ronbo.
All right. Have a good night.
Man. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, goes Casey. Hey, Alice. Ellis might be tied up with the kids. Let's come back to him. Hey, Jesus. Come on in, Jesus.
Yo, Rom, go.
Hey, Jesus.
Man, my brother.
Hey, Jesus. You and Huxley, you guys have been missing from the chat, and guys like my homeboy and think they can come back in here, you know? So, you know, I'm meaning to tell you I miss you. So, what's going on, fam?
Oh, man, you know, I've been busy, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? You know, you can't always keep your eyes on the kids, you know what I'm saying? I got new stepchildren, you know. Jurick Huff and Simply Tron and Raider Carla and, you know, Larry Hoover, you know.
Even Larry shows up today.
You know.
I can't imagine why. Oh, they won. I forgot. They won the game in overtime.
They won the game with the referees giving them pass interference calls and all this other stuff, you know. Like, hey, it is what it is, you know. They think they're big and bad and mighty, but they beat the Ravens team that had like 12 players on IR. Like,
you know, right?
Like, is that really good? Like, are you proud of yourself that you let the referees out here freaking had to give you guys the win? You know what I'm saying? And I bet all these Raider fans were over there talking about Carbage, saying, "Oh, he sucks. He threw an interception at the red zone. He threw an interception at the red zone," and now they're giving him high praise. Ronbo, he's been in the league since 2014, and he has no playoff wins, so no playoff experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine sucking for 21 years, you know? The 2016 Raiders, like, when he went down, when he got injured, that was it. That was his career. That was his career. No playoff wins, Ronbo. And the Raiders are still sticking with that bum. I hope they keep that bum forever because he has no playoff wins, no playoff experience.
And you got to keep Gruden, though, because Gruden is comedy, man. Gruden, no matter who he is, and they got a great edge rusher. I got to give Crosby credit. That boy can come off the edge, man. He's crazy.
Oh, Crosby's raw, yeah.
Especially what he's been through.
For Waller, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Waller. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm 49er Empire in the chat, bruh, and I'm working these dudes. You know what I'm saying? I'm 49er Empire. You know what I'm saying? I've never said anything bad about Crosby or Waller or Josh Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? I know that these guys are ballers. You know what I'm saying? I know these guys are good. You know what I'm saying? But they're being wasted around Derek Carr, Derek Clunker. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say, you know? But, you know, Raider fans are going to do what Raider fans do. They're going to think they're big and bad and mighty. They win one game.
And then now it's
they're going to say one little thing.
I know.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl Rumble on Monday. You know, they won the, you know what I'm saying? They won the Super Bowl on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, there's Tommy Huxley. You're going to see you guys in a day. You know, it'll be fine because who the Raiders play next week? I hope they play a divisional game.
They play the Steelers. They play the Steelers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And the Steelers just beat the Bills.
Raiders, I'm glad you made it today. You're not going to be here after Sunday. That's a beatdown.
Oh, they're not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? These guys are saying playoff bound. Yo, I can't wait for the rest of the season to see if they go to playoffs or not. I bet you that they don't come back in here, Ronbo. I bet you they'll come back, or they're trying to make some sorry, lame excuse. Oh, the referees, this and that. The referees kept the Raiders in the game on Monday. I'm tired. I don't want to hear it. All these pass interference calls? Nah.
Jesus, you know what they say? I just found out earlier this evening, and I always wondered about that. So, you know, one of the things they say about the 49er fan base, you guys cry a lot. I said, what? I always worried about that. You know, we have reason to cry about the things we cry about. I mean, you look at the Super Bowl, you look at several games we lost, especially every time we play the Seahawks, the referees always are hired locally. They don't get league officials, they get local officials. And that's why we get the treatment we get. I'm sick of it. And you can tell. Guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Ronbo. Ever since my boy Colin Kaepernick took the knee, the league has been different towards us. You know what I'm saying? Flags after flags after flags. You know what I'm saying? But everyone's gonna say, "Oh, that's just a conspiracy theory." You know what I'm saying? I don't care. My boy Colin Kaepernick did sacrifice his career. And shout out to my boy Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying?
Too. And look at Super Bowl this last year. Yeah. Referee called every damn foul that the Chiefs did, and they got to beat ran off the field.
Yeah.
See, how come you didn't call him the year before?
Choking Nick Bosa.
God, I'm getting all
mad. That man was choking Nick Bosa. He had him in a Super Bowl, Ronbo.
Eric Armstead.
If they would have called that fair,
Same thing, Eric Armstead. How is Eric Armstead leaning all the way back in the grip of another player, and that's not holding? Why is he leaning like that? Because he's under. Oh, okay. This is a subject for another day.
Any man that knows football would have knew that was a hold, and they would have called it a hold.
They would have called it if it had been Tom Brady and company. You know, so that's fine.
Oh, that would have been Tom Brady. They would have ejected that lineman. And they would have ejected that lineman.
It's just we ran out of time. We forgot to talk about the 49ers. But hey, always great to hear from you, fam. Love hearing you. Let's get together Friday.
Man, I hope you have a blessed night.
You too, fam.
All right, man. Thank you for accepting my call, man. Hope you have a blessed night, man. Go Niners.
Can't wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Get back on in and be looking for you. That ain't Jesus. Jesus is 49er Empire trolls. Tommy Huxley's in there, his tag partner. Now you got trouble. The other guys are doing a great job, but now you got the enforcers. All right, let me. I'm not even going to address that. My homeboy, boy, get him, Tommy, get him. Hey, be here. And BM never misses twice. It's Mrs. Lewis's baby boy, Shay. Shay, come on in, man.
Yo. What's up, Ronbo?
Midweek, Shay, man. We're sitting there going, Kyle Shanahan is still doing it. Shay, I think it's going to be Kyle's new style. Kyle ain't going to tell you nothing, you know, especially the media. Because how did them reports, and it could be leaks that are not real, but Big Show was talking about, man, Aiyuk's in Kyle's doghouse. I said, whoa, you serious? Yep.
Yeah.
And then Kyle comes on like he already heard about that. He says, no, I've got no problem. You know, Brandon with the hamstring things and stuff, he's just, and Trent Sherfield's just doing a good job, and he's going to have problems keeping Trent down. I said,
yeah.
So you know, I don't know.
Ronbo,
you know?
I mean, no,
Go ahead.
Ronbo. I mean, that's definitely was a concern. That's probably the biggest concern, probably besides the Jason Verrett injury. Like I said, the Lions game, to me, it looked close, but it really wasn't. I mean, like I said, if it wasn't for a muff outside kick and a fumble by Debo, this game would have never been close, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really concerned, as well as, like, if you literally just get, like, the quick game breakdown on YouTube, it's like 13 minutes. You can pause it at a minute and 58 seconds.
Yeah.
You could pause it at like a minute and 58 seconds and see with a minute and 58 seconds left, Ronbo. I mean, they had Haufunga, Fred Warner. Nobody was out there. Like, the second team was out there trying to get reps in and stuff like that. So, listen, man, the game was over. Like, yes, I understand the Sergeant has to go back there for the final drive, but the game was over. Like I said, we fixed a couple of those fumbles or the onside kick. The game's it's a blowout and deservingly so. So I'm not really too bad about the performance. Like I said, the defense dominated. They kept them to 17 points until the last 2 minutes, so they dominated for 58 minutes of the game. Like, I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
And then as well as also too, like the Jason Verrett thing is kind of concerning, Ronbo.
Yeah.
As far as like who a number one corner is, I understand Lenore's out there. And he's looking good, but Drake or Patrick, I mean, Josh Norman, I understand people are saying don't panic, but hearing those names doesn't give you any Super Bowl like this team can win and beat anybody type vibe.
Shay, let me stop you right there for a second. Tell me about Drake Kirkpatrick. I saw him. Who is he?
Well, Drake Kirkpatrick was a first-round pick from the Bengals. He was
How
good
long
enough
ago?
to start. Wasn't really what he. Oh, I mean, I think he was a draft pick in like 2015, 2016. So he's been around the league, in and out of the league for 15. He was a first-round draft pick for the Bengals. But again, he's good enough to start, but he's not really like an all-wild talent. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, you could consider him a bust. Like, he didn't stay with the Bengals. He went to the Cardinals for a little bit. They cut him. Then he went to the Niners. And the thing is like he even worked out for the Niners, right? And we still didn't even sign him. Who do we end up bringing back? We brought Josh Norman back before him. So signing him doesn't give anybody any confidence or any sort of confidence that
you told me all I needed to
go
know.
out there and win. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, he's a serviceable player, but he's not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, you should still be scared. I mean, I would take Drake Kirkpatrick instead of Dante Johnson. For the love of God, instead of seeing Dante Johnson again out there.
But Shay, we could go out.
About this, but
Jay, you and I could go out and work out
Rombo.
and might be able to beat him out. Because Dante, I don't know, what is he doing half the time? God,
Rombo,
Dante?
listen, let me tell you something, Rombo. My biggest fear was seeing that man on the field. And I saw him on the field, Rombo.
I know.
I don't care what happens as long as Dante Johnson doesn't see the field. And he did, Rombo. And now I'm hurt. And listen, it sucks. I think we will deservingly beat. I understand people think it's close. I think we're going to win by 10 points. I think the Niners are angry that we even had to go back out there. I think they're going to handle their business. Like, so we're not. I mean, like I said, if we're the contenders we say we are, we should handle them with ease. But, Rumble, I would look, and these trade rumors that are circling with us being interested in Cam Dantzler, in talks for C.J. Henderson, I would take serious note because all signs pointed that the Niners, you know, all signs pointed that they said, the front office has said, Kyle said, John Lynch has said, listen, we have a Super Bowl caliber team. That's why Jimmy is still here. Whatever rookie we drafted is going to be put in a weird predicament because it's a Super Bowl roster and we want them to win now. And they've already said, Jimmy gives us the best option to win now. So I feel like they'll make moves to win now. So I do feel like we might see someone be traded or we might get a piece or might give up a pick to get a cornerback who could start out there across from Lenore or until Mosley.
Or Mosley. But Mosley, you could see Mosley's always going to have something. Is he this hamstring knee? Who is Cam Dantzler?
Yeah. Cam Dantzler is actually Trey wanted him. And he was actually the best cornerback out of his draft class last year. He's only a year. I think he's a second or third round pick from the Vikings, but he's good. I mean, he was a healthy scratch, which was kind of weird, but I understand, like, you know, Pro Football Focus isn't end-all, be-all, but he did have a good grade, and he actually beat out a lot of his rookie counterparts in the same draft class. He had the highest grade out of all of them, actually. Cam Dantzler was. So he was a solid corner. So I think they'll ask for a second in return or whatever, and maybe, you know, we do got a lot of D tackles, so maybe if we give a D tackle up, maybe it can lessen the pick to a third, fourth round pick, and we can acquire a cornerback. But like I said, we do need a corner, guys. We can't go through that hell weeks of those 3 to 4 games where we're going to play the Packers, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, and the Bears all back to back. And we got to be ready for that stretch, man.
Because we got a lot of old folks, and that's worrisome. And if Richard Sherman, can you imagine Richard Sherman playing opposite of Josh Norman? I really think that why quarterbacks are not going to hesitate to take a shot at us.
No, absolutely wrong. But to talk about that Richard Sherman thing, though, I would, though. Out of all the quarterbacks that they brought in, Drake Kirkpatrick and Norman, he's better than all of them.
I feel better about him.
It's just whether, exactly. It's just whether Sherman's mentally there right now or he wants to play with, you know, whatever happened in the offseason. But, I mean, I would be down for getting Sherman back.
Well, you might.
All right, Ronbo, shout out to production. I know we're keeping it short, brother. See you Friday. Shout out to production. Shout out to my TNT family. And God bless you, brother. You have a good night, all right?
Thanks, Jay. Looking forward to hearing from you Friday. All right, fam. I guess we're all entertaining a little bit of fears about the secondary. And you wonder what the 49ers are thinking, too, of the FO. Hey, Tobin Ernst, what's up, fam? Tiring of the Shanahan games with players. Put Aiyuk on the field. He's good, period. He is. You know what? There may be some truth. Maybe Aiyuk's hamstring is killing him. Ellis, is that you?
Yes, sir.
you eating potato chips?
No, sir. No, sir.
There's a crack in
Got
your
this
popping
pizza.
going
Got
on.
this pizza cracking.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
pizza.
just got to the house with some pizza. Your
See,
favorite.
that's why I love about you. You like the same foods I do. You and I could join the Ninja Turtle group. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about pizza.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know that. At least for the night it is, man. You know,
God, I could eat pizza every day, but it's just not. You
sure
shouldn't be
thing.
doing that. But you know, it's just too much cheese.
Yeah.
But it tastes so good.
That dough sometimes.
Oh, don't give me a great
It
crust.
depends on who you get it from.
Oh, if I lived in Chicago, I'd be like,
the crust is everything.
oh God, Ellis. But let's hear your feeling about the injury situation and did we build up enough depth to handle this situation? Because we're getting ready to test it out, and the Brandon Aiyuk drama that is going to hit a fever pitch this Sunday if he's out there getting 6 and 7 snaps. What do you think? What's going on with this?
Man, that's kind of crazy. You know, I'm really surprised that there's been an issue with Brandon. But remember, I was talking about how Trent Sherfield was going to be was going to be the more favorable, the more favorable of the wide receivers because his consistency with his health, and then the up and down with Debo and Brandon. So I was kind of concerned about it, but for me, you leaving? Okay, you're right here. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. You say goodbye to somebody.
My daughter. Yeah.
My
daughter.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, my oldest. Yeah, I got my young adult daughter. She just was going to go handle her business, get ready for her week. But no. So the thing with Brandon Aiyuk, man, I'm a little disappointed. And but again, if he can get healthy, because we don't want to have this reoccurrence like with him and Debo, where one is injured 1 week, one's injured the next, or one's injured for 3. We can't have that going on.
So true.
Then Trent Sherfield can't be taking all the damn load. But I mean, again, I know he's all ready for it because he gonna fool around and get extended. We're gonna end up paying him some more money and having him stay here in San Francisco with us. He's gonna find himself a home here.
He is on a 1-year contract, isn't he? That's right.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I wouldn't have no problem with keeping him. But I think it's going to be all right. I think Brandon, Kyle likes to light fires under people's asses. He did it with Jimmy. He talked about Jimmy playing better when he's pissed off. Yeah. He does a lot of little stuff sometimes because he wants to see the best come out of guys. And sometimes it can work against you. But again, you got to know that your guys are serious about their position. And if Brandon Aiyuk already felt like he has arrived and that he already had a solidified spot and that there was nobody that was going to outplay or outwork him, yeah, that was a bad move, rookie. So, hopefully he snapped out of it and he's getting his health and stuff together. And that affects his ability, his availability. So I think once the health thing can get rectified, I think Brandon and Trent will be a nice little tandem, and they can just switch in and out. Aiyuk can burn them in one way, and then Trent can do it another way. And I mean, you can have the best of both worlds. You don't have to just have one. I mean, you use all your weapons. This is the problem that we had.
And you got
we want to use
Debo.
all of our weapons, Kyle.
Yeah. So if you got Debo, and I don't want them 3 wide receiver sets. Between Debo, Aiyuk, and Sherfield, ain't no way that one of them ain't gonna be open. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think we're going to be all right, though. I just, I'm a little concerned about the corners, and then now we got this new running back, and stuff like that. I don't know how good he is. I know he didn't get.
We got another kid today.
Yeah,
too.
he didn't. Yeah, I saw him, earlier today. I hadn't had a chance to really review or look at any of his tape, but did he just play? Was he just playing for the? For the Ravens or the Lions or something? He was just playing, didn't he? Did we just play against them or something? I thought he just played a couple of snaps. He got 2 snaps and then they waived him.
And that tells me all I need to know.
He got waived.
Why'd they do that,
that's
Ellis?
Who he picked up?
Why'd we bother?
And why the hell? Yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. See, now we're feeling we're feeling the backlash for not keeping Wayne Gallman on the damn team, and just like Simba and and stuff like that. So I think it's a little shaky, but
as far as the depth is concerned, but boy, look, Ronbo, I when I found out we got Elijah Mitchell, I was excited, and I've been praising and parading around the fact that we had him, even though I was sure that Raheem was going to be our guy. But if he did go down, I knew Elijah was going to pick up. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful that we have him. I'm thankful that we have JaMychal. I'm looking to see Trey Sermon come and do some dirt. And show his stuff. And, he's a third-round pick, man. I got high expectations for these guys now, man. We had the Jalen Hurds was the third round. We need to start seeing some real production out of these guys that we're getting in these early rounds, man, or Kyle's going to have to revamp his drafting process. Kyle and John, I'll say, because we've been kind of hitting and missing a little bit too much. We want to hit. We need hits, baby. We need hits, baby.
It's like, we got Javon Kinlaw. I wanted Henry Ruggs, but then everybody's, man, Henry Ruggs is a bust too. So, I don't know. You just never know in the draft. Else we're going to run out of time, though.
Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, no, just lastly, the thing with Javon, Ronbo, we all kind of talked about it. I talked about the knee tendonitis thing when we had drafted him. That was only my concern. I didn't want to be too discouraged about us drafting him, but I did bring that up just because that was something that ended up coming out kind of in between the draft process. But, we just got to try to put our, prayers up, and hopefully that, this thing can, not be, such a detriment to where we don't even get to really see Javon Kinlaw, and we have to end up, cutting ties with him and him not really, being an asset to this team anymore, then we're going to be having to look to find other ways to fill that spot, which is going to be pretty tough because he's quite the force. When he's healthy and he's out there, he can wreak some havoc. But we're going to be fine, Ronbo. We got the Eagles coming up, man. This is going to be a real game. We got to play ball. So, we just got to make sure we come with it, man. But we'll catch up again later on this week, fam. Friday, right?
Friday is absolutely right. All right.
Okay, yeah. Thank you as always, brother Ronbo. Shout out to production, man. Shout out to all the faithful out there, man. Everybody stay strong, man. Peace and love as always, and it's for life.
Hey, there you go. All right, fam. Appreciate you, Ellis. And you know this. All right, fam. Have a great night.
Ronbo.
Yo.
I got the click. Can I get the click?
I didn't know if there was all assembled. Yes, of course.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Hello.
Yeah, who's? I didn't know where we were. Died. God.
Oh, hey, Ronbo. My daughter just had a birthday. I know we're trying to get up out of here. It's too late for the birthday. Can we do it on Friday?
We always got to do birthdays. Which one?
My daughter Ijani, she turned 9 just.
Did you say? Is it
yesterday? Lord, I'm so spun. Yeah. Ijani.
Did you say Ijani? Did I pronounce that right? Ijani?
Yes, sir. Yes,
all
sir.
right. Let me cut loose. Ijani, 9 years old, and she's a niner. Johnny, get ready. Here it comes. Happy birthday to Ijani. Birthday wishes going out to Ijani. Ijani, get ready. Here it comes. Here comes the crazy part. Don't do this at school, though, because you get in trouble. Are you ready? Niner! Birthday to you. Ijani, you can't do that at school. And if anybody has a problem with that, you have them call me. Happy birthday, Johnny. All right. Good night. Good night, Johnny. Good night.
Thank you, brother Ronbo. Appreciate you as always. Thank you.
That was too much fun, fam. Y'all have a great night.
Much love. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
There goes Ellis and the squad. Hey, let's go check and see if B-Ham is available. B-Ham.
Ronbo.
B-Ham.
Looking good, Ronbo, man.
Fam. Tell you what.
Hey, man. Talk to me.
B-Ham, man, we have gotten over, and I believe you called in after the game. It's probably time for us to get over, and Tony put it in proper perspective. The 49ers in that fourth quarter, they was probably feeling a little drunk, coming out there. And I don't know why Kyle left in the middle of the week or end of the week. They should have been out of there by Wednesday morning and get ready for that game on Sunday, And then I guess Wednesday workout and then get on the plane, all right? And then take a day off and then work out Friday and take a day off and get ready for the game. So the 49ers may have been tired. They look tired. When's the last time you seen George Kittle do something like what he did? See, that's why I'm saying, we can't base too much on what they did in that fourth quarter. I've already gotten over it. The thing we're worried about now, though, is the injuries. And what's going on with Brandon Aiyuk?
Injuries. It's worrying me, too. I was worried when I seen Barrett go down. Now you're telling me we done lost
Raheem.
most of
all the
for
rest
the
of the
year.
Yep.
I mean, I guess the only hope I really got to look forward to, man, is the backup running backs look like they did a damn good job when they came in.
Well, Elijah Mitchell's that boy is Elijah Mitchell may not. We're gonna miss him, but the way he runs, I'm not sure how bad we're gonna miss him. My God, I didn't know he could run like that.
And then I just was reading earlier, seemed like we didn't drafted Kerryon. I mean, we went out there and picked up Kerryon Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a good addition. He was pretty good with the Lions the last time I seen him actually.
Yeah,
So,
I was trying to remember. What did he look like? Is he good? I remember his name.
Yeah, he was pretty. I remember. I think Kerryon Johnson. If I'm not wrong, I think he went to Auburn or something like that.
I was one of those guys.
Yeah, he was actually. We beat Detroit a couple of years ago, but he did give us a problem.
Oh, was he? Okay.
You know what
Because I'm trying to
saying?
remember that name. I remember the name. I said, what do I remember about Kerryon Johnson? He played for the Lions.
He played with the Lions.
And gave us hell.
I remember my homeboy used to talk. Yeah, we beat him, but we knew we had to look out for Kerryon.
All right. Well, good.
I don't remember what year it was. I think it was like when Jimmy first got there. I do remember having to play them because I got a homeboy that's a Lions fan.
How big is he?
He's kind of like a scat back. He'll put you in the mind of a Alvin Kamara type kind of running back. He ain't no Frank Gore. And I heard a guy say that Frank might be coming back.
I know people keep talking about that.
Thing.
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. Because if I start dwelling on that thought, they're going to bring Frank back. Bring Frank back. I'm telling you right now, fam, I ain't never seen a running back that could run that low to the ground. Frank is like, man, that's just, 2 inches of dirt is all he needs underneath him. Frank's still driving. The legs ain't touching nothing. He's still going in. Touchdown, Niners. Oh, Frank. I didn't even see. All you see is this mass humanity and Frank getting up, walking away with the ball. How did he do that? My God.
Inconvenient truth, man.
Oh.
Inconvenient truth. It'd be good to get him back. I definitely probably wouldn't be worried about that. I don't really think I'm worried about our offense.
Yeah, not really.
I've watched Jalen Hurts. He was an Alabama quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that in college he had problems. If you blitz him from the right, you force him to the left. He had a lot of problems with that.
Oh, was he one of those guys that likes to throw from one side? Okay, see that will get him into trouble.
I mean, the one thing I can say is, if we are rushing him and get too, if we're not smart with our rush,
he'll take off.
Them, if they push them guys back, he gonna take off.
Yep, I seen the Falcons suffered really because of that.
Right. That's gonna be the only thing that kind of make us to get us frustrated. Because if we that close to him and can't put a hand on it, after a while, that would make anybody goddamn frustrated. Like, you son of a, you right there.
But you know what?
You know what I'm
BM,
saying?
I know what you're saying, but listen, guess who picks him off this week? Fred picks him off this week. Watch. Or Jimmy Ward. I got this planned already. Because him being in the second year, some of the things I saw him do against the Falcons, if he does that against the 49ers, he's going to get picked. I'm looking forward to this.
Listen, man. If he play a game like he played against the Falcons, we're probably going to blow him out.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't.
I mean,
honestly,
the Falcons really didn't have, I mean, their defense is really, really hot.
I was impressed by a couple of things he did, but you're right. And the Falcons, they got flagged, and they still won that game. I said, okay, I'm not scared of this team. I passed out on the sofa and went to sleep about the fourth quarter was about midway through. So, you know what, these guys are good, but
I mean,
I thought they was better than that.
Like they say, if you really look, man, we blew the Lions out. I think when Jason Verrett went down, folks thought, had a quick flashback of the Jets game last year. And it's like the defense was like, hey, man, listen, we just want to get out of here. I don't think we're going to have that to worry about.
I know, because the thing is, we started off, two dudes go down. That's what's scary. It's like replay. But yeah, we got to go, though, fam. Let me look for you Friday and have a score ready and a reason. I always love the reasons.
Okay, man. That man love what you do, man. Appreciate everything, homie.
Thanks, BM. Appreciate you, fam. See you Friday.
All right, be safe out there.
You too. BM, you don't want to be safe. You don't that big rig. Be careful, fam.
Hey, I'm pulled over laying in the back right now, man, just listening to the rest of everybody else, man. It's enjoyable. But hey, I get with you on Friday, man.
Looking forward. All right, BM. Have a good rest.
All right.
Here it goes. And Horace, he says, get Dante P.I. Johnson off this team before he kills us. They love Dante. Every time you hear the coaches talk about Dante, they don't just say a couple of words. They go on and on and on. I was just D'Amico. He couldn't stop talking about Dante. I'm sitting there like everybody else in horror. Dante Johnson he went on and on. I'm saying, D'Amico, I believe he's a nice guy and all. I probably like to hang out and eat and drink and carry on, but the boy is, man, when he comes out there to try to stop somebody, everybody's heart starts beating a lot faster. Except for Charles. Charles love him some Dante. Charles. That is a joke, ain't
it? Man, every time I see Dante Johnson on the field, it makes me squeamish, man. I'm like, it makes me sick to my stomach.
Charles, how many years we've been going through this?
Every time we activate him from the practice squad, I'm like, why? Like, what does this guy have on the coaching staff, the front office? Like, who is he akin to? I'm like, why?
Since 20,
it's like he and Compton are on the same position. Why do they get second, third, fourth, fifth chances when everybody else? There's certain players, if they get an injury, they out the door.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What's up with Tom Compton? What's up with Dante Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
Nobody knows. Hey, Harbaugh drafted him in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's been back. He's left. He's been back. He's been left. I mean, the dude has been a 49er the whole time. He went and visited other teams for a minute, but eventually always landed up back in San Francisco. And here he comes. And now he's on the field.
I would rather Witherspoon to be back than Dante Johnson.
I agree. I agree.
Come on, man. I don't want to see that. No, I don't want to see him in any capacity other than the front office. I told somebody, I said, look, if they want him around the league,
give him
make him an errand boy. make him an errand boy in the front office, but he don't need to play football. You know what I'm saying? Put him in the mailroom or something.
You know,
with the 49ers. But we don't need to see him in the
mailroom.
You know what I'm saying? If they want to keep him around, let him, get a player's Gatorade or something. But we don't need him on the field. Get somebody else. Good Lord.
I would say let him be a scout. I'm not sure if he can judge talent. He'll be out there Sunday, Charles. I got a feeling because Josh Norman's not ready to play.
You don't have to say that.
I know, right? Josh Norman's not ready to play. I'm trying to figure this out. And there's something wrong with Emmanuel Mosley's knee, all right? And we just picked up, what is his name? Derek whatever. He ain't ready to play.
Yeah.
He just got here. So
Kilpatrick.
Kirkpatrick. So it's going to be Elijah Mitchell and Dante.
We need to change his name from Kilpatrick to Kill Niners. That's probably what he probably just.
There's nobody left. Charles, there's nobody to go get. Somebody just said something about passing. Trading
Sherman.
to
Let's go get the Sherm.
We don't know if Sherm lost his mind or not. I don't know. I wish I could find out.
No, Sherm is gonna be fine.
Sherm
is strong-minded. He's strong-willed. I'm telling you, he's okay to play. He can play cornerback. Please.
I believe he can play. I'm just worried about his mental state of mind. Will Goodell call him into the office and say, Rich, I've got to do my job, right? So, listen, I understand the situation. I'm going to give you just how about just 3 games.
Dismissed. The charges were dismissed against him.
Oh, that's right. Sherman's at the face. Goodell can't bother him about that if the charges were dropped.
Yeah, charges were dropped against him. Let's go get the Sherm. Man, come on, man. Let's leave Patrick alone and everybody else. Go get Sherman.
Charles, what happened though? Why they immediately go get Kirkpatrick? Why didn't he just go ahead and continue to focus on Sherm? I don't understand. That's my problem with that.
I don't have a clue. But the reason why they didn't sign him, he was having an issue. He didn't have his vaccine.
Oh.
That's the reason why they didn't sign him the first time he came around.
And Sherm?
He just recently got his vaccine. I'm talking about Kilpatrick.
Oh, Kirkpatrick.
Kilpatrick. You remember when he came for a workout a few months ago? They didn't sign him because he didn't have his vaccine. But he just I think.
What? That sounds like something.
Not a 49. Yeah.
Well, Charles, we're gonna run out of time. Let me. I'll be looking for you Friday and bring that score and reason why.
Okay. All right.
And
but I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. But we were around 40, and we were close to 10 because my prediction was 40 to 10. When we got around there, I was like, you know what? I said, man, we might hit the 40 to 10 mark. I said I might be able to call in the Ronbo and brag on my score.
Yeah.
And then when everything went haywire, I was like, hold on, what happened?
All hell.
So it was like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my score on Friday. I'll let you
close. Know. I didn't think it was gonna score 40-0. And so you were on it. You and Jay.
Yeah. All right, love you, Ronbo.
Hey, love you back, fam. See you. Looking forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Night. Yeah. You know what, though? The Eagles can't stop. See, because if that was the 49ers' first week of offense, I got a feeling the offense will be even sharper this week. So I'm looking for, maybe not 40, but at least 37. Now, can the defense hold the Eagles down? That's what I'm wondering. Papa Dragon, there's somebody who knows. Papa Dragon! Ow!
Oh, let's get ready to rumble! What's up, man?
Pop, man, I tell you, man, we're still in here. We didn't see you after the game, did we? So, Pop, you can any number of things you can do.
See me after the game. I was knee deep in football.
I know, right? All them games, and it's hard to, because I was watching games till I got tired afterward too. So yeah, I know, but I do know the Falcons against the Eagles.
Calling me from around. had a whole bunch of people calling me, ex-NFLers
And joking
and
about
some
what happened to y'all, man.
current
Y'all supposed
ones
to
and
beat
some
Detroit Lions
agents.
easier than that, right? I got that phone call.
No, just like all kind of like behind the stuff. Obviously the phone blew up when Barrett went down, but but here's the deal, and this is what I've been talking about to some people is number one, there's a difference between being injured and being hurt. And right now, with the way that they have kind of constructed the roster over the years, they've been really playing like blackjack with the roster. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they've been sitting there going, "Hit me!" Oh, damn, I crapped out. They've been doing that too often,
I
taking
love
too
the
many
analogy.
gambles. So it's like they took they took a swug on Kinlaw, knowing that he had a bad knee. And for some reason, the 49ers think that they are like the messiahs of injured players, that we're going to put the all disabled team on the field and whatnot. Have people come in motion in a wheelchair. The reality is that if a player is hurt, what's going to happen is that you're going to hurt yourself worse. So, if you remember back in training camp, you know, all throughout training camp, uh, he, Mozart, he had a knee brace on. No
I
one
didn't even notice.
that's fully healthy has a knee brace on in camp. And then his wife came out and she was defending that, saying that he wasn't injured. And now, flash forward to this past Sunday, he gone. Jason Verrett has an injury history, a history of injuries, right? So when you have a history of injuries, guess what? You're never fully 100%. You may be 99%, 98, you may be 90, but you're never fully all the way there.
But they didn't
So
draft.
it's not a
But they didn't
surprise if he's
draft
hurt.
him, Pop. They picked him up as a free agent.
Well, that's a gamble, though. It's still a gamble.
Well, yeah,
You want to play, and now you are a starting quarterback. You're only $5 million. You get what you paid for. So I'm not surprised by either two of those guys. I'm not surprised by Kinlaw. Not surprised at all about that. Uh, Nothing about the game
Did
on Sunday
Kinlaw,
surprised me.
when he's in school, was he getting hurt a lot?
No, my understanding with Kinlaw is that
Javon.
his
I'm thinking of Dre, the
which one you thinking
linebacker.
about?
Never mind. I remember Kinlaw and about his knee. Yeah.
Yeah, Kinlaw. But the more important thing about him is that his overall size and the fact that he didn't really have the greatest health care.
Yeah.
People to take care of rehab his injuries when he was a kid. So he's going to carry that for the rest of his life.
So yeah.
That's what his issue.
That's so sad.
It's sad, but man, what are you gonna do? You can't just keep gambling like that. You can't say, you know what, we're gonna trade Buckner and now we're gonna replace it with Kinlaw. And I know that's not what they were thinking.
No, because it's two
It
different
turned out
positions.
that way.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, fans look at it that way because that's what fans do. But I mean, they could have taken a number of different players there at 12. So
See, that's what I was going to say. Did that other big monster that was also supposed to be Kinlaw was supposed to be the number 2 defensive tackle in that draft? You remember the other big guy? Did they get him before we got Kinlaw?
I believe so.
Yeah, he must be.
I believe so.
Yeah.
No, there was a defensive tackle that went first. That went like at pick 7. I forget his name.
I know. Do you remember what team did he go to? I got to check him out and see how he's doing, so then I can really get mad.
No, don't do that because I catch myself doing that and I get real mad. And the other player, real big shout out to Lenore, who had a really good game, had a professional caliber game.
Demo.
So good job for him. Yeah, he did real good.
Learning too.
And then the other player that's playing hurt that should concern us is Jaquiski.
Kowalski T.
Okay, so yeah, he's playing hurt because you can see it. I saw it. I'm seeing it on the field. He's playing hurt. So what's happening with these guys for the players' psychology thing is that they don't want to lose their spot. So they'll play hurt. And sometimes you got to sit down so that you can get yourself to the point where you can play. Same thing happened to Jalen Hurd. he's playing hurt. He's practicing hurt. He's not fully recovered yet.
Oh, man.
As we all remember, what's his name? Bosa. Bosa was actually behind Ford as far as health goes, and then finally he started to catch up, and he started to catch up. So I'm optimistic about Bosa.
And I drove on past him because he looks way better healthy. I mean, and our boy D is already, my ankle. Oh, D, shut up. I'm just, you know, there's nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Pop, we got to go.
All right, brother. All right. I'll see you on Friday.
Yes, indeed. Be looking forward. All right, fam.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
Sounds productive.
Thanks, fam. And Jamel. At first I thought it was Darth Vader. Wait. Luke, my son, I need you to come over to the dark side. Never believe the lies they told you. Emilio. Man, we're sitting up here cutting up about the fact that, you knew he was going to do it. But earlier tonight, and this may be the last program we do this, somebody called in and said, yeah, people talk about us, man, on fan bases, man, I go to, they talk about 49ers ain't never happy. They're always crying about something, fighting with each other. I thought all fan bases did that.
No, they do. It's just, let's say, you talk to Raider fans, oh, you guys complain a lot. And then you talk to Cowboys fans, and they say the same thing. So everybody complains. Because you look at when Kansas City lost. A lot of them were complaining about the Super Bowl. Oh, we got cheated. I'm like, shut up.
Did they really? I wish I would. I didn't even check them out because I was still mad about last year. I forgot to go check them out.
One of my coworkers is from Kansas. He was mad. He said, "Oh man, they cheated. This is
Jesus.
You guys cheated us last year, so I don't even want to hear that." I said, "You let that go."
He would have known better if I'd have been there and we know each other, support. He wouldn't have said that to me. I can't. You didn't let him get off. Good. You told him to. Man, I don't want to hear nothing about how you got cheated. You know I don't want to hear it.
No, I told him I don't want to hear that. I said, yeah. And I said, at least you won one last year. He's like, yeah, I can't really complain. At least we won. I said, exactly. I don't want to hear that.
Well, but we do have issues as far as we've lost. And what it all does is our running game, you can see the running game is probably going to survive this year and probably not bad at all. Because I believe we lost Heem last year and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and Hasty. Hasty's a bad boy. And now you got a new guy to add to the mix. Who knew? Except for a few people, Ellis did. Elijah Mitchell is no joke. So we might be fine there. But Emilio, the secondary. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Well, we already knew we were going to have a problem as soon as if Red got hurt. We
said it before it happened.
One of them go down. We already knew we were going to have a problem. That wasn't nothing new. I just kept saying, I just thought we just needed DBs. I mean, we did get two with Ambry Thomas and Diamador. I said, yeah. So it kind of helps. So they just need to be on the field more. So I think we'll be a lot better.
Reps. That's what football's about.
We picked up
reps.
So it was a good thing we picked up those two other DBs. I think we might need Sherman, but I think the thing with Sherman, I think they're gonna wait what they're gonna say with his whole case thing with that whole thing in Seattle. So I think that's what they're waiting on to see what's going on, see if he's gonna get suspended or because you can't just sign him and then next thing you know,
it's 4-game suspension.
They come out and say, "Oh well, Sherman, you suspended for such and such game." So then it was just a waste of time.
Hey, Emilio, one other thing I heard today too was interesting.
They're just trying to see where they waste that out.
But one other thing I heard, Sherman got tired 2019. He was wore out. Last year, I think he was a little tired too. They're thinking, if you're going to sign Sherman, wait till about week 6 or 7. So he can last until the end of the season. Put him on a program right now to start getting him in shape, Could be. Because he is 30. What is Sherman, 32, 33?
I think they're just waiting that whole thing up with Seattle, with that whole thing with Sherman. See what goes on with that. and then they'll talk to him because I think he'll sign with anybody at this point. He just wants to play. He wants to get paid. So that's one thing. So I say take him, but they're trying to wait it out at that one.
Yeah, because you're right. Goodell may have something to say. They dropped the case though. Somebody just said. So maybe maybe Goodell doesn't have anything to say.
Then I guess they're just trying to figure out what's going on then. Yeah. So they don't know that whole thing with Raheem, that that is wrong, but I've said it before with him, he's a great running back, but he's been hurt year in and year out, and he's been out more than weeks at a time. So that him getting hurt, not a shocker, but it did suck. It was week 1. It was just like, yeah, this is his MO. He like I said, he's not especially a starter. He's more good for a rotational running back. I don't know if people may disagree with me. Oh, he could start like, no, he's proven one too many times that he's not that kind of type. He's not that type of running guy that can carry the load the whole game and then have him run that day. No, he's more of a maybe a situation where we need a big break or where it was down to like maybe bring him out here a couple series and then sit him down and then bring him back just to give another running back
you gotta have a workhorse. You need a mule. He's got to be accompanied by a mule, and then you can bring him in, and then change of pace. Teams don't know what to do then, because all of a sudden this dude's moving 100 miles an hour. Yeah. It was supposed to be that with Trey Sermon.
With Trey Sermon and Mitchell, and hopefully
Sermon and Mitchell. I like it.
So, I'm ready for that. I think our running game is going to destroy the Eagles. I know their line is not that good as everybody's making it seem.
Oh yeah, did you see Michael Davis?
They're playing the Falcons.
See Mike Davis?
That good. I said, come on now, if we would play somebody else.
Yeah. Mike Davis was just beating them up. They just couldn't get it to the goal line from the 2-yard line. I still don't understand. And then they INT or fumbled or something at the 1-yard line. I said, oh man, you talk about letting all the wind out of your sails. You guys were right there.
That's right. Nah, we'll hurt on the Eagles.
I kind of think so. I don't want to get too crazy with the thought because last week I did that and look what happened. We got to go.
Well, that was partially Shanahan's fault doing it. I mean, you take out the starters. I mean, I get it. You don't like it, but that was his fault. He done. This is the 4th time he's done that, taking his foot off the brake.
Hey,
when you're supposed to.
That was George and Haim too. I mean, Debo, but we'll see. All right, fam. Tell you what, I'm gonna see you Friday.
All right.
All right.
Night. Have a good night.
Look forward. Night, Emilio. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John. I mean, I'm saying, but to what we owe this place, we haven't seen you like for a couple of weeks now that I'm thinking about it, maybe longer. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
All right. Well, John, he's a 49ers Ultimate Report. Make sure to check him out, also on the same YouTube world. And John, we've been sitting here crying about the injury report, as you knew at some point we probably would. We knew this way back in June, that these days were going to come. Here they are. But we got depth, though, John. Are you feeling okay about the depth? Because, like I'm saying, yes, we lost Raheem. It's terrible. Raheem, a polished vet, knows how to tear a team apart. But then all of a sudden, Elijah Mitchell came in and, whoa, oh, touchdown. Wow. Maybe it wasn't that a fluke. Maybe he can do that again. Maybe he can do it consistently. Still got to Michael Hasty. Trey Sermon is probably going to suit out this week. So it's going to be Attack of the Children this week. And Aiyuk, give us your feeling on that, John. What's going on with Aiyuk, Shanahan, and Trent Sherfield?
One thing that I talked about, is that secondary. And I've been, complaining about it for not just this offseason, but the past offseason and the past offseason since John Lynch and Kyle has had this team. And one thing that I wanted to point out is that Dante Johnson drives me nuts. And I don't know why he keeps coming back, but whatever the reason is, he's a trash corner. And because of him, when he was out there, he allowed
on his side, several touchdowns. So I'm not sure why they had to put him in. But when you look at the depth of this team, you know, right now, K'Wan Williams is not a boundary corner. He's a nickel corner. So he's not there on every play.
No.
That's why Verrett was playing a lot, you know. So, of course, what happened to Verrett, you know, pisses me off, you know, sickening, because I've always been rooting for this guy going back to his college days and when he was with the Chargers. And, you know, I'm not sure what's going to happen after this, you know, year, but with him gone, Emmanuel Mosley, Kyle said, you know, he didn't practice today, so that's a little bit concerning. So you look at who they have, and I'm not sure if Josh Norman is going to be ready. So
he's not ready.
You know, this coming game, you know, it's going to come down to how our secondary plays against, you know, the wide receivers of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, when I saw the interior offensive line, you know, we need Kinlaw back. We need Kinlaw back there because he's a really good run stopper. You know, when he wasn't, you know, in the game, those running backs were just shredding us, like 5 yards, 10 yards. They were just shredding us for whatever the reason. So, you know, the depth that we have, which I thought was going to be really good, is a bit concerning. And then when you look at the wide receiver situation, I'm like Trent Sherfield is not having chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo, because I thought he was having really good chemistry only with Trey Lance. But there were some plays where Trent Sherfield really had really good connection with Jimmy Garoppolo. And when it comes to Brandon Aiyuk, I'm not sure where this idea comes from, where Kyle doesn't want to use him. And I think, you know, if this is true, if his hamstring was bothering him, yes, I've had a hamstring. I've played baseball. That's not fun. Mm-hmm. So if he was having a hamstring, of course he's not going to be playing every position. Mm-hmm. Yes, he came and got a couple of punts. So if he's hurt, you know, and Kyle said that, you know, he's been dealing with a hamstring for quite a while. So I'm going to assume that's the case. But if Kyle is for some reason, because he didn't do really well in the preseason, Kyle needs to stop that. He has to really stop that of, you know, penalizing players because they make one little error during practices or during the preseason. Because for some reason, you know, that's a big talking point that every, you know, 49er content creator and even some of the writers are saying, you know, why does he do that? So, and it's not good leadership.
He said it wasn't to punish him, though. I mean, he did mention that because he figured everybody thought that. And I did. I said, Kyle, I mean, all you do is sigh because you want the discipline to be there, but don't you use him some. Call his number. Oh. John?
Yeah, so when, you know, as we're going to play Philadelphia, you know, Philadelphia had a really good game. You know, they played really well. The Falcons, you know, their defense, you know, is not the same defense like it used to be when they went to the Super Bowl. You know, so I can understand why, you know, they were torching them. But if basically, you know, if we, you know, learn from our mistakes against the Lions game, I think the Lions game really woke up the Niners, is that when you're winning a game, try to finish it. You know, forget what happened. You know, like, you know, Kittle made a boneheaded mistake, and then, you know, Deebo Samuel, you know.
Another boneheaded mistake.
Like
yes.
Yeah, for sure, you know, Kittle, you know, he's not going to have that happen this year, you know, because that thing's going to, you know, be on his head for a while. The same thing with Deebo, you know, once he catches the football, he's going to hold that football like it's his newborn child. So hopefully,
like he always
you know,
does
like
for the
those errors are going to be corrected. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just a reminder because, like, I thought, you know, coming in, you know, this season, you know, the first two, you know, games were going to be easy. I think Philadelphia, you know, that's going to be a test of what is going to happen because we got Green Bay, we got Seattle, and then we got the Cardinals before the bye. So if the Niners play really well and, you know, erase all those jitters that they did against Detroit, hopefully we got some good news. And hopefully we're finally playing on grass in Philadelphia because I don't like turf.
Yeah, nobody does. We end up with injuries every time. But John, we're going to go. And good to hear from you. If you got some time for us Friday, I wish you would. We'll look for you Friday. And bring a score. It's that time of year.
All right, Ronbo, thanks for having me on as always.
It's always a pleasure,
of course,
John.
It's Niners all day.
He's John, 49ers Ultimate Report. Check him out, John. Johnny's running content. And let's go, hey, Tony, at Tony Tone.
Ronbo, how you doing this evening?
Tony, doing all right. You know, we the misery of knowing that, that fourth quarter, it's like when Coach asked the players, so how do you feel about this game? Nobody, and Debo said, nobody said a word. So, we got a team that's coming out hunting for bear, which is good because the Eagles ain't to be played with, as you know. But, Tony, I still say, as I was watching the game, the Falcons could have easily just as easily won this game as they did lose. They was down there in the red zone, should have punched it in twice. Yeah. So I said, you know what? It ain't like the Eagles is all that, That score with the Falcons and Eagles wasn't indicative of what really happened. So I'm thinking.
And we were running the football well. If you notice on those two, we were running the football.
Michael Davis.
Down at the ropes.
Yes, he was having a
Mike
party.
Davis and Cordell Patterson.
And Cordell Patterson, exactly. I knew you had two guys. I said, yeah, both of them running. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but Ronbo, our defense, Dean Pease. I don't know what's going on because you were talking about people say your fan base complains. Mm-hmm. They don't complain more than the Falcons fan base. Not at all. Because they hate Matt Ryan. They want a quarterback like Michael Vick, and they're blaming Matt Ryan for the loss. Mm-hmm. Matt Ryan didn't play well, but you saw that game. Matt Ryan was getting up off his butt.
Yeah,
a lot.
And you know what? What Falcons fans need to understand right now also, Dean Pease just got there, okay? That's why I always cried about when we were going through all the management changes. I said, you know what? Now they got to learn another system. I said, you know how long it takes to learn another system? Don't nobody run out there and just know how to run fast to a new system. This is what you guys got to go through for maybe half the season. Later on toward the season, you'll see that people are picking it up. Everybody knows their job. And now you can come together. But in the beginning, that's going to be rough. And I hate that.
Yeah, I told our chat Monday, I said, you guys are overreacting. I'm going to call this Overreaction Monday. I said, if you guys feel that strongly, Matt Ryan should be benched, and I'm tired of this team, then go find another team. But I'm sticking with them. Then they say I'm delusional. I'm not delusional. We just got to make adjustments. And the coaches do have to do a better job to put the players in positions to succeed. Because I was upset about remember I was telling you about the defensive ends and outside linebackers with a running quarterback. You and I talked about this.
Yeah.
Stay outside. They didn't do that.
That was a play. Oh, you saw that. I said, you know what, Ertz, they turned him inside. What do you don't
exactly don't let him get outside, man.
Yeah, that's what he wants. So the film is going to show. Yeah, Fred Warner and company are not going to let him turn that. The edge will be set. So I'm looking for him to try to rat. And we got a running quarterback too that is doing everything Hurts is doing, I'm sure, in practice. So it'll be a little different this time. Hurts ain't go. He's number 2 now in jersey sales behind 1 week of football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Ronbo, their back seven is terrible. I know the score was 32-6. We lost. But you and I talked about this. Their front four is nice. Plus Ryan Kerrigan, their front 5. They're really nice.
Yep.
They got Javon Hargraves from the Steelers, that defensive tackle who got 2 sacks. And they had another Hassan Ridgeway, a backup. He did
a good job.
Callback by penalty. Yeah. So your offensive line, if your offensive line do what they do, you have one of the best top 10 offensive lines in football. Y'all should have no problems with them because you'll pick them apart throwing on them.
Yeah, because that's...
And running on them. As you saw, you can run on them.
Yeah, Mike ain't a bad running back, but you know what? Mike was just beating him up.
No.
I mean, he was just coming through there like a transit. Look at Mike Davis. Why? He's having a good time.
Yeah, but Mike Davis had a good
year last year.
Yeah, but he's got to get more than 11 carries too, Ronbo.
Yeah.
That's not going to...
Let's see.
So...
Tony, and looking around the league, I got to get your opinion. Now, Aaron Rodgers is sitting back on his sofa doing interviews, talking about, well, just the fact of the matter is, it is what it is. We just got our ass kicked. But, we're going to find out who we are. That's coming up next. Is Aaron Rodgers, are you taking him serious?
I'm kind of ignoring him. I'm ignoring him because, it's so many other good teams around the league,
Who says? And I already said Green Bay's not going to get back to the championship game this year.
Boy, you're right.
If they make the playoffs in the divisional round or wild card, they're not going to get as far as they did.
And I don't think Rodgers is serious. You know that play that got picked off, and that's the worst play I've ever seen Aaron Rodgers do. What was he thinking? That was.
Yep, and now they're starting to get a couple of injuries here and there with Bakhtiari and a couple other guys. So
he won't be back for 6
those
weeks.
Injuries they do hurt. Yeah. So how are you going to replace him? And these teams are no pushovers. And I noticed the Raiders and the Eagles, they're celebrating like they're the shit nizzle. Let's see what happens.
And
Raider Carlos been talking basic trash.
No, I know.
I said, y'all got lucky about that. They got lucky.
And Baltimore had half their people at home. So, they had to fight that hard into overtime to win that game.
Ronbo, Lamar Jackson reminds me of nothing against him. I'm not down in him either.
I know what you're getting ready to say already.
Too damn much.
Go ahead.
He does too damn much, Ronbo. They got him. They got Hollywood Brown in the first round 2 years ago for him. They got the Rashard Bateman in the first round for him this year. They got who's the receiver from Kansas City in free agency? Sammy Watkins, all former first round picks.
Mm-hmm.
They got Mark Andrews, who just got paid. They getting him all these weapons, and he's still trying to do it all himself.
See, and he's okay as a quarterback, but in the NFL, okay is not going to always work. And that's why I said, Lamar, I like him. He does a good job. He's the MVP one year, but I'm saying, if I had to rely on him to bomb.
Use your playmakers, man. You got weapons. Use them.
Because he's not, that's what the thing about a running quarterback. They have a tendency to rely on their legs when they sit there and focus a little harder, there's somebody open. And they don't, that's why I'm not all. And by the way, Tony, when's the last time, other than Russell Wilson, and Mahomes is sort of like that, when's the last time a mobile quarterback won a Super Bowl? Other than us, 2015. And I don't know if Mahomes is fully called a mobile quarterback. So that's what my problem is. So
it rarely happens.
I know.
Twice in a decade. Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes. That's it. And before that,
that's it.
You got to go way back.
Tony, so, we got to go. Let me see you Friday and see what else develops. All right.
And Raider Carlos, the Raiders, y'all go to Pittsburgh this week. Let's see if you'll be smiling in.
All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
I'll see you Friday.
All right, looking forward. All right, let's check on Jamel. Okay, let's go because we're running a little long here. Jamel's still asleep. He's not waking up. Trez, one of the founding members of TNT. He hails from Atlanta, GA. Trez, let me get out there. Red and gold.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Ronbo, go on and put some red and gold up in it.
It's all over the place. I'm telling you right now, the whole place is just shimmering. Trez, I mean, I always love, Trez, you're so cut and dry on this kind of subjects we're talking about tonight because we're concerned about the injuries. And then somehow you look up at that and then all of a sudden to add to that, you wonder if the depth's going to be enough. And you look at some positions, we'll be fine. But Jason Verrett could not go down. And we all talked about this weeks ago. We'll be okay if Verrett doesn't go down. And Verrett goes down in game 1. And so now, here we go. And Brandon Aiyuk, Trent Sherfield, and Kyle Shanahan. What do you make of that situation?
Ronbo, I'm going to say this right here. With the Aiyuk situation, y'all got to stop this, man. He did the same thing with our other player. What his name, man? I forgot the kid already.
Wait, which? You're talking about Pettis.
The one we shipped up out of here. Pettis. Yeah. He slipped my mind just that fast.
It's
he
easy
did
to
the
forget
same thing with Pettis, Ronbo. Yeah, he did the same thing with. Well, it's easy to forget people that don't do anything.
Dante didn't do nothing.
But he did the same thing with Pettis. But don't ruin Aiyuk like that, man. Then you're gonna get him. I understand these kids got to be mentally tough for a coach that gonna try to put discipline out there or whatever, but don't ruin them, man. Some of them ain't built like we are. You know what I'm saying? We don't let you get in our heads. You know what I'm saying? You challenge us, we challenge you 10 times back harder.
Especially rookies.
Everybody ain't built like that. Yeah, they're not built like that. You can really mess with their psychic. So, don't. I suggest you don't do that. They're young. They still, they got a lot to play for. You know what I'm saying? They influence you. So you just got to take your time with them. Be patient.
You got to be a psychiatrist. You say you got to be. Right. You got to be a coach and a psychiatrist. Learn, understand the player. Understand you're here to do a job, but understand him and do and apply whatever in accordance with what you know about him. Don't go punishing people the same way, everybody the same.
Exactly. And I think as far as depth, I think we got great depth at all positions except for the cornerback position. I really think we should make a trade for a corner. We should have did.
Who are you going after? Who'd you be looking at? Who'd you be trying to get?
That's the thing, Ronbo. I don't know who's available, who wants out, who's out there good enough to fit the scheme. You know what I'm saying? All that's got to play in the part. So you just got to look and see what's out there and what's available. I don't know personally because I don't know who's making waves and who don't want to be on somebody's team anymore that will fit our scheme. So
because there's not many Mika Fitzpatricks every year. So
we had our shot.
Yeah.
We had our shot at Minka Fitzpatrick too. We had our shot there, blew that. So, like I said, I agree. I agree with some of the writers when they say that's a position that we should have drafted each year for. And I do agree with that. We've ignored the corner position. We're out here trying to get serviceable, cheap corners. You know what I'm saying? That's been injured and looking for a redemption story. But we got one. And then look what happened. But we can't put all our eggs in those kind of baskets. We got to do better.
But what they believe in is building that front line defense. So if you got marginal guys in the secondary, they should be able to survive. But you know what? No. Go ahead and try to get somebody who can play.
Well, this is gonna be a test, real test for it, because that Eagles. I watched the Falcons game, and that Eagles defense they played hype. They were putting pressure on Matt Ryan. Even though they went down there and a couple of times and got in the red zone and only came out with a field goal. But you got to contribute that to the defense, just like we contributed to our defense. When our defense hold and team only gets 3, we praising them. So we got to be ready for this game. And a lot of people think the Eagles is a pushover. The Eagles got speed at wide receiver. Their wide receivers, their wideouts are way better than Detroit.
They got Devontae and from the Bama, and also they got one other. But here's the thing, Trez. I just don't see Hurts having a party like he did against the Falcons. Did a few things wrong. You like we were just talking about. What are y'all corralling him so he can run to the outside? Force him to the middle.
Well, yeah.
Everything. Oh my God!
That's the thing, Ronbo. Yeah. But that's the thing. They're gonna move the pocket for him. So our containment is gonna have to be big. It's gonna have to be big. We're gonna play. We got to play really sound, disciplined football this weekend. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yeah, but you do know that Trey and Trey Lance, from what I understand, Hurts runs a 4.6, something like that. Trey would run by him like he's standing still. So what Trey's doing to the 49ers right now in practice, they'll be ready.
Yeah, I hope so. But we're about to enter a stretch where we're going to be up against a bunch of mobile quarterbacks. So that takes off running and be all over the place. So we got to get sound. We got to get really sound at containing quarterbacks and playing the back end of the pass game much better than what we've been doing. So hopefully, what I'm saying, we'll get it together sooner than later, because I thought the Miko defense will look a lot different than what I've seen.
You give it a minute. You got to give it a minute, because, like I said, they're reinstalling there's got to be a few concepts out there they got to tie themselves to, because Saleh been there. They're still doing that last year. So
I'm gonna believe in what you're saying right there, Ronbo, because you know me. I was against you. I was against you and your Bobby Robert Sala. I was against it. But Bobby, you said give it a minute, and he did prove himself. Although I believe he was listening to the show too, but
yeah, do something
because he was making changes. He's making the changes we were talking about on the show, but
he's either that or
he
you get fired.
Make the adjustments though.
Trez, I'm gonna go. Hey, I'm looking for you on Friday if you got some time for us. Glad you had some time for us today.
All right.
Always great to hear from you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. TNT. Shout out to the TNT family, man. We back, Ronbo. You know it's that time of year for us. You know.
Glad to hear it.
All right. Have a good one.
You too, Trez.
Thank you.
There goes Trez. And here goes Ronbo, too. I'm out of here, fam. Fam, thanks for contributing tonight. And Friday, bring your score, bring an explanation with it as to why you think. And somebody get rid of Patrick Mahomes, boy. And take Reno Carlos and Larry Hoover with you. God. See you in a bit. Niners!
About to get into something, cause I see my NFL team ready to function. They don't do it just a little bit. Smash on delivery and taking over other fan bases and causing misery. My Niner fan ready to go. Where we screaming? Ooh, after first down is part of the show. If you see it so, you need to head to a home game. See for yourself and let your eyes start to explain. Party with us, you won't forget us. We can show you how to tailgate if you let us. This ain't your regular fan base. We head to away games, take over their place like home field advantage. Always can depend on my team to do the damage. Being ain't nobody gonna beat us. We hard to manage and we monsters. Guaranteed to feel that buzz. And you know we never nervous.